do you think it is to do something about racism?
Both.
How? If it's not our problem and we can't be.
Black and white.
How?
How?
Yeah, or no, not how. I'm sorry. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
I think white people, because they created the situation.
Right. That's why. That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Because you said that we as black people can't be racist. So how can we fix racism if we can't? How can we fix something that we can't even be?
Yeah. I've
not to say we can't, but I'm just.
Yeah, I can say white people and black people. I think white people have to recognize it, understand it, what they're doing. Like when I say in every aspect of the society, hiring, locking people up, just the social dynamic, teaching school. We talking about it now. The race critical theory, things of that nature. That stuff has to stop. And white people are going to be the ones that's going to be able to attack that situation. Now, on the ground level, I do believe that black people can work together. Something as simple as when you walking down the street and a nigga mean mug you, let's stop the black on black violence. That's something that can stop niggas from going to jail, stop niggas from killing each other.
So pretty much you're saying take it. My thing is accountability.
Yes.
Right. I understand the things that got put into play.
Question: if us three went into a white business, or me and you went into a white business, and the owner's white, or whoever's interviewing us white, and it's a white dude there, and he just better qualified, and he give the white person a job, is that racist? We might take it as racist.
Likely we will because of the system.
But is it racist? If he just better qualified because he's white?
I have to say no.
No. But most people would take that, most black folks would take that as racist.
Unless him being better qualified is a result of him having access to better shit than you had. Mm-hmm. Maybe. If he had the ability to get a better education than you, if he had the ability to have
a better
start. Well, I think if not, I think it's just a decision that an employer can make. Right. I would like for who is best qualified to represent my business. So
I think it's based off of like opportunity. You know what I mean? Like when I say like
racism and all that shit is tough to do.
Education really count now though.
It's not
things going high on that.
But the point that I was gonna make is that too, like in some situations, for me, I can take me for example. I got promoted. I got put in certain situations, and I took advantage. I feel like I took advantage of the opportunity. You know what I mean? I think that's what anybody can do. If a white person hire you as a black person, try your best to take advantage of the opportunity. Try your best to even if you don't have no knowledge, no experience, no nothing, just take advantage of it.
Can Mexicans be racist?
No. Not in America.
Really? No. Or maybe that goes to his point. They can be like prejudice or
whatever. They're not racist.
They can't be racist towards black folks.
They don't have enough power.
But they got more power than us. And you said it's based off a group having more power than another group, so they couldn't be racist towards us.
You think Mexicans have more power than black people?
I do.
I really don't know.
Without a doubt.
I think so. Like you said, we last in everything.
Without a doubt.
Like. If you put it like we last in everything,
I don't know about that. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak to that because.
So what about Chinese? You don't think Chinese people be racist towards us?
They got the bread. They got the technology. They got everything.
I think personally, I don't.
The part that scares me about the whole racism and all the whole thing is that, as racist as a different group can be, they still, and this is our fault. I think our like black people, they still find a way to maximize off of us, maximize their wealth, maximize the things that they have. They still find a way to maximize.
I mean,
like Korean people or Chinese people, whoever doing the beauty supply shit, like black women go crazy. If all the beauty supply stores close, like black women will be in the hospital, in the mental health hospital, because we can't understand. But I think we will go to the hospital before we even went and tried to start our own.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. I think that's the point that I think that's what I was just about to make. I don't really consider those groups racist. I just consider them like taking advantage of the opportunity in America. It's called like group economics. You heard that term? So I think it's just them practicing group economics because America is racist. For instance, with Mexicans, right? With Mexicans, white people dominate everything that they I feel like they're doing their due diligence to protect their people. You know what I mean? Like Mexicans. Mm-hmm. When they hire more Mexicans, if it's a Mexican, if they have a Mexican construction company, they hire mostly Mexicans. You know what I mean? They just doing it to protect their own. And black people don't protect their own because they don't really fully understand the...
So you believe all of it is like that?
Yeah.
What if you, okay, let's say you're going to a company, right? Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily owned by Mexicans, it can be owned by any race, but majority of the workers are Mexican, right? And they speak Spanish, all of them. And you knew, you're black, you knew you go in there, you need to be trained. This happened to me.
Right.
I go in there, need to be trained. Who got to train me a Mexican? The Mexican act like she ain't know English.
Yeah.
So she didn't train me for shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A couple days later, I seen her talking English.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I don't think that's racist. Like I said, I just think them doing their due diligence to protect their own.
But who was she protecting? That people already in the job.
Yeah.
I'm just new. I just got.
Yeah. I think he's saying what was her behavior demonstrating toward him?
Prejudice and discrimination, without a doubt.
Okay. Prejudice towards what though?
Prejudice towards you. Cause
you don't
black.
think that's racist?
No.
I don't know if it's prejudice. Maybe
it's prejudice and discrimination.
But I keep on getting stuck on the fact that prejudice is just based on like your ideology.
Yeah, everybody is prejudiced.
I don't think so.
So what's the difference between
prejudice towards something?
So what's the difference between racism and that again?
Prejudice is like a preference, like a dislike, like a.
You like something.
I mean, like for instance,
like one thing over another.
I put see
racism. You don't like another skin color.
Racism is a power struggle between well, not a struggle, but a power.
Say ain't no struggle.
Yeah,
it's
a power dynamic between one group and another group. It's solely based off power.
So it's like two teams going against each other.
Yes, exactly. It's team. It's basically a team playing against another team. The only thing with niggas just don't know that they all on the same team.
And why don't they know that? Why would you say?
Racism. Because of racism.
Do you know it?
So would you look so?
Wait, Keith. Do you know it?
What you mean?
That we all on the same team.
Yeah.
So how did you learn it?
Read, study, and experience.
So then, why do you think other people don't know again?
Why do I think who?
Other black people don't know.
I think just based off of
not every black person.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're not talking about every. We're just saying,
yeah.
Like, generally, like why do most black people not know or believe that they're operating on a team?
Yeah. I think that like with racism, it's dealing with every aspect of society. So from an education standpoint, Carter G. Woodson, Woodson, the miseducation of the Negro. You know what I mean? Like. Negroes are miseducated through education directly. We see it with race critical theory. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that's been going on. You've been miseducated from the time you're born to the time you're grown up. So you don't know that you're on the same team. You don't know that you're, working together. Even if you take this, for example, like you just said, black people are at the bottom. On the news, you watch Channel 5 News, they love to give statistics. Oh, when your kid take the placement test, white scored this amount on the test, Asian scored this amount on the test, Hispanic scored this amount on the test, and black people scored this amount. That's a team dynamic that they're showing you. They're showing you who's going to go to jail, who's going to be poor, who's going to be trash, or who's going to be smart and who's going to be rich.
They're guessing.
They're not guessing.
They're guessing. I can see what you. I see why you said it, but.
They're not.
But check this out though. Is that my opinion? Is it necessary white people? You gonna talk about black history. Basically came from tribes, right? True. Tribes compete. That's in our nature.
That's the point that I'm making too.
So does it necessarily mean
like if you take the African dynamic in Africa, right? It's all you see is black people, right? So of course you're going to compete against other black people. You know what I mean? In America, it's based solely off of race. You know what I mean? It's a totally different dynamic.
I get the American part, but at the same time, you're still true to your core. Which is black. I mean, I love my black people. I know we all together. Right. At the same time, I might have to go compete against V. I might have to compete against you. You know what I'm saying? You can be a white person, I might have to compete against. That's just natural, because we naturally competitive play. Look at the sports. Yeah. It's mostly black power over everything.
Right.
We like to compete.
But personally, I think
I think that y'all were bred for that too.
Yeah, but
because Africans are absolutely strong. But then when slavery happened and the people that made it over here, you were intentionally bred to be.
No, you're absolutely right. I think it plays both. I think it plays.
And you were also separated from your family. You were also separated from your kids. You were also, men were too, raped, broken, beaten, all the things. Yeah. And I think that plays a part in where we are today with not knowing how to come together, because everybody was literally spread apart. You can get sold this way, sent over here,
right,
and never see anybody else again. Like, we're the only people who don't have like a true American identity, I would say.
Yeah.
But so you do
not the only people. We're not the only people, because whoever was here was here. Native American.
People agree with each other either, though.
Yeah, but it's not about an agreement. Like, I think black people take this whole like I gotta get it by any means necessary, because nobody else is. I mean, I guess because you haven't been given it, or you hadn't had the opportunity to go and get some of it, so you just like take it from anybody. Like, I don't know what makes. Yeah. I guess it's criminals in any race. Well, our kids get put on Front Street all the time.
And that goes back to racism. You know what I mean? Who controls the media to show you? They love to show
Jewish people. Jewish people.
Yeah, I mean, but no, the main media, bro. Like, when I say like every major media company is controlled by white people. So when we watch the news, and when your grandma watch the news and she see, they love to show 5 niggas robbing a white old man, and they put their faces up there and say they going to jail, blah 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 blah. It's just the media, white people controlling that and showing that aspect. They're going to show that.
No, you know I'm not saying, but I'm just saying nowadays it's different outlets, like you got YouTube.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Yeah.
What do we do as a platform, as a group of peers? What could we do to try to begin to make a somewhat of an impact on this large system?
Personally,
and you might say, "Oh, it's too big. We can't do nothing." But to me, you got to start somewhere. Everything starts somewhere.
Personally,
you can't be scared of dying.
That's real shit.
yeah, that's true.
But you can't be scared of dying, bro. Say you can't be scared of dying.
But personally, I think we're already doing it. Okay, look at it like this: Keelan is a black man, V is a black man, I'm a black man, you're a black woman, right? Mm-hmm. We have a podcast. Mm-hmm. We have a legitimate podcast now, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we're working
we do have a legitimate podcast.
Yeah. And we're working as a group to inform people, talk about different aspects of black life, just life in America. That's changing the story right now.
That's what I mean. The different media.
I would agree. Yeah, that speaks to your point. And also, it gives a different, maybe a viewer or a set of people or whatever the case may be, an opportunity to see that what you might have thought about a traditional black man or black woman doesn't always apply. No. Some of us know how to articulate. Some of us can work our way through or think through things. Some of us have not been to jail. Some of us have not robbed anybody. Some of us actually make it an intentional point to like read or educate ourselves, like, and that is the hope that I have. Like, people who look like us, like I know most of us in our 30s, right? Everybody in their 30s. Mm-hmm. In my 20s, I didn't even give a damn about none of that. You know what I was focused on? Trying to get myself to a place where I wanted to be. Right. It wasn't that whole team thing. You're right. It wasn't a thing. It was just me, Deidre. How am I going to get to the next thing? How am I going to get to the next thing? Like, being a part of this setting makes me like, today I was like, I don't feel like going. I'm tired. My hair hurt. I just want to go to sleep. I literally sat on the couch and reclined it and closed my eyes. It was something nagging in the back of my brain. Like, bro, you are a part of something else. It's not just you. Mm-hmm. So you for real, I literally was sitting there like, it's like, you are part of something else. You made an agreement. For me, agreements they are extremely important. And that's you gotta show up. So I was like, let me just put some.
I mean, I think that goes to every aspect of when you asked me earlier about,
Sorry about that. I have allergies. I'm sorry, my throat is itching like
when you said about like how can black people change it? That's the dynamic.
Yeah. I believe it can be. I just was curious.
It's the agreement between, even like when you say like a black man and a black woman or relationships, right? Mm-hmm. The agreement has to be there. Yeah. If there is no agreement, what do you have?
For me, the agreement has to be there, but the willingness or the dedication or the determination not to violate the agreement has to be there. Right. Because we made an agreement about this podcast, but today I was gonna technically violate it because I was like, me personally, Deidre, selfishly, I don't feel like going. I'm tired. I've been out all day. I ain't been sleeping. I got all this shit going on. Blah blah blah. But then at the end of the day, I was like, I literally was driving over here doing like 90, racing a Charger on, sorry about that, I was racing a Charger on a highway. And I'm like, bro, this is going to be something. Yeah. So I need to be present and active as much as I can so that we can make this what it needs to be.
Well, yeah, let's get into the proceedings.
What you doing?
This nigga curse cousin email logging that.
Oh.
Hey V, can you do something for me? I'm tired right now, bro. Can you post a video on YouTube with the picture? I was like, that's a lot of shit that I gotta do, bro. Like, putting a picture up and putting your music behind it. Like, I can do it probably after the pod, but if I can do it like while we talking right, like just before, I'll try. But I ain't giving you no promises, my nigga. I appreciate it, bro. Why you can't do that shit? What's do you want me to listen to your song, nigga? Just come out and say that shit, just listen to the song, bro.
You got me rolling.
Like, nigga, your cousin tripping.
We just talked about some good stuff, though.
Right? It ain't gonna be that intense either, watch.
That's all like I wanna hold up the camera.
What was we just talking about the
Submissive.
That's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. Who?
Boy.
What is
his wife said, because she was listening to something, because somebody was talking bad about black women. She seen a TikTok. With black men talking about black women. So
I think that's the general. Like that's a thought amongst a lot of people, not just black men, white men. Like a lot of men are like, oh, like black woman. And then I get it like. And then when I say I'm from, like, well, where are you from? Usually I would just say Michigan, because when I say Detroit, people be like, oh, like that's gonna add some extra hurdle for you to get. What? Yes.
Crazy.
No, I'm not crazy.
I'm saying you. I'm saying that's boy.
I don't think like that. I guess. I talked to a girl from Illinois, around Chicago area.
The S is silent.
And
the S is silent. FYI.
Illinois. Oh my bad. Texas thing. I'm sorry.
Bro.
That's all right. We got a word of the day too.
I don't see no problem with it.
With what? You don't see a problem with what?
For one, no matter where you're from, but two, like I got a strong black woman. I mean, mama. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of had both parents. I seen more arguing, I guess you can say, in my household. They separated sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I go with my mama. Around mama's running shit. But it's like me dealing with a woman at my age now, a black woman. I just remember how strong a black woman my mama was.
So you know some things gonna come with it then. That's
some things gonna come with it. My mama, like I ain't gonna lie, then I'm older and I understand, like me being a grown up, an adult, and a man, and still gotta deal when it comes to women. Yeah, my mama was off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But at the same time, my mama do a fucking lot.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is she gonna complain about her flaws or you gonna give her flowers about her greatness? You know what I'm saying? And I picked to give you your flowers about your greatness. I would deal, your flaws gonna be some days I ain't gonna wanna deal with. That's just natural. You know what I'm saying? But overall, though, I would not wanna be with that person. Yeah, I wanna be with that person. Right. Cause that shit on overall, what the fuck this motherfucker brings to my life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think nowadays when you got these people complaining about women, black women in general, they just not tough enough. If you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't necessarily just like, it can be any woman, not just black, because I know I heard Latino women tough. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, like men out there, I don't know, this generation, they just want to run over shit. That's how
but that play into like a bigger system. like to pit the black man against the black woman.
Yeah.
It's like to pit them so that this race can be bred out. That's how I think. Like it's like a propaganda that get pushed forward. Not
just push the button.
We do have.
Yeah, I pushed it.
We do.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
We do have.
It's the red button too.
Yeah. I remember that part.
We do have issues, I think, with submission.
Mm-hmm. Let's get to proceed. Let's introduce ourselves and then go ahead and.
Hi guys, it's D.
Welcome to the Garage Talk. It's your boy VA, the nigga with the white wife.
And it's your boy Black Cursor Nigga Roster American.
I already said it's D. I'll say it again.
Right, you.
I wanted to be first because we was talking about submission and you know what I'm saying. I wanted to get my shit on first. Cause I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, just everybody had a good week. I'm gonna play your game today. Everybody had a good week. How's everything? I see your hair is nice. You got a little style, look a little different than what it normally does. Why are you?
Thank you, D.
Why are you?
Thank you, D.
It looks nice.
Thank you, D.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Don't be so aggressive.
I'm not.
Yeah, I like the beanie. Curse. What's up? How was your week?
Man, it was better actually. I had a great week.
Not only do I like the beanie, I like that T-shirt.
Oh, appreciate it.
Want to stand up?
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Got a little something on there.
You know what I'm saying? The Garage Talk podcast. You know, merch coming soon.
Turn around. There are some things on the back too.
Oh yeah.
Can you read that, Key?
Yeah. VA Black Curse D. Funny, serious, relatable, and honest. A group of friends who just like for you to get to know us while we hang out and talk in the garage.
In the garage.
Right.
In the garage. Sorry, I'm the only person who's out of sync today. I didn't wear mine.
You so hardcore. Wear your shirt. Wear your shirt.
So what?
But I do.
Y'all like I call y'all GT3.
Why?
Garage Talk 3.
Oh, that's cool too.
That's nice, actually.
That's cool too.
I like that.
Yeah, we had already started chatting about quite a few things, but the most recent thing we were discussing was submission. Submission. Are you Keelan?
That's a question.
Keelan posed a question. Yeah.
Why do you guys think black women are less submissive to their partner? Because nowadays you hear about, you know what I'm saying, the black woman always, they don't want to.
Do you think why is it believed or why is it purported that we are? Because I don't know that all black women are not.
Their own opinion.
Yeah. When we started talking about this earlier, I said that for Deidre, I cannot speak for a general mass of black women, right? Mm-hmm. But for Deidre, it have to do with, in order for me to be submissive, there has to be a willingness in me to be vulnerable to you.
Right.
In order to do that, there has to be some provisions that you have set up. Not provisions like monetarily, but provisions on, like I said, safety. Provisions on safety physically, safety of my heart, safety of our home, safety of our household, safety of our family, whatever the case may be. Like, and I think that would lend itself to me being willing to be submissive. Also, if you're not doing, and I did say this earlier, if you're not doing what I'm doing or better, that too makes it difficult for me to let you come to me and then tell me what I should, how this should be going, especially.
Well, we won't. Just period, right? That's everything what you said. I'm just going by everything you just said.
No. How did you get that from that? Tell me more about that, because I don't understand.
Because you're saying he needs to be able to handle what's going on in your life and show you he can handle it.
No, he needs to be able to handle his own life.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to come with his own blueprint, because my blueprint works for me.
Right.
I've already been able to substantiate that. I'm good here. If he comes with his blueprint and it's working, then we can become a conglomerate. We can merge that together. But if you come in with some shit that just already is rocky and you can't figure it out, trying to tell me something, I feel like I would be remiss to take your advice over what I know works.
Better situation, nigga.
Or even maybe a better situation, but like I'm making decent decisions, right? So if I take your decisions on, and I'm looking at your life like,
So what if, let's say you start talking to somebody, not knowing their background, what they're going through yet, right? Just the beginning stage, and you find out more about them. This person probably ain't doing too good right now. You like his personality.
Third strike, your ass out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
See, hand in my face. See that shit, bro? Yeah. On camera, she finna drop a nigga, bro.
I'm just saying.
Mama D.
That is not a moniker that I want. No.
Too late.
No.
You just showed it.
But hey, like you digging his personality.
Okay.
But at the same time, you find out he ain't really got a lot going on because he going through whatever situation that he in.
What do you define as a lot? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I
when you say
mean,
you don't have a
like
lot
you
going on?
said, whatever he got going on his blueprint, he ain't handling it. So how can he handle your blueprint? But you liking his personality.
Okay.
Now, how long will it take for you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how long will it take for y'all to be talking, for you to agree to be submissive? What we have to do in order to change that about you?
I am not going to submit in that situation. I probably shouldn't even be dating him, to be honest.
No, I'm saying what he got to do to change it. That's what I'm really saying.
He has to demonstrate his ability to manage his own life.
Okay.
Has to demonstrate an ability to do that, which means he needs to be gainfully employed. If he got kids, he should be involved in their life, taking care of them to some degree. He should have his own place to live. He should have his own vehicle. Like,
how long will you give him to get all that taken care of?
Do you know how much catch up that is?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
That's why I said I probably shouldn't be in that situation. Like, if you can talk to me like you got some sense and say, hey, shit been haywire in my life for the last couple of years. I'm not gonna lie. I just like your hustle. I like your hustle. Mm-hmm. I like what you got going on. What needs to happen so we can figure this out together? I'm willing to entertain that conversation. But what I don't like is for a sneaky, you know what I'm saying? Like, to look and be like, that's the opportunity. That's the opportunity. Let me put myself next to you so that I can propel myself. I'm not trying to work with you as a teammate. I'm just trying to get on the team because you winning. That's not the same thing. Like, I can get on the team and ride the bench and still get the same money that you're getting. It's fine. We good. I want a person who's going to say, even if they blueprint is fucked up, if you're going to get on the team, do the work with me as a teammate. Don't just sit on the bench while I do the work. That's my thing.
Okay.
And then number two, if he,
well, you got a lot to say. I mean, girl, you got a lot to say about this.
I'm completely lost on this situation. I'm sorry.
Well, we're just talking about
Keep
what.
going. I'm gonna get back into it.
I don't want. I have made some. I'm gonna say bad dating decisions in the past. You know what I'm saying?
It's stressing
because I'm just thinking because I have like a fixer thing. I have like a fixer personality, or like a saver, or I want to help, or I want to contribute. Like the problem that I find with that is, like, I don't care about like I said before, I don't care about the nigga who don't have everything together. Like, but what is your drive? Like, what is your motivation? Where is your determination? Like, if you just sit up and play Madden all day and, you know what I'm saying, say I do security at night at the club for 2 or 3 hours, like, we just not gonna be aligned because I do too much as it is. Like, I can't work 2 jobs and you work a partial job and I feel okay with this life. I can't do that.
No,
because I feel like I'm shortchanging my own show.
He gotta show progress for you to lean towards submission.
He gotta show not necessarily
ambition.
progress. Yes, he gotta have ambition. Like, he have to have some level of stability.
Because I guess if a nigga at home playing Madden, they're doing that shit, but
that's aggravating as fuck to a person.
But if he has ambition to like do something else, like,
because that shit gonna be dead.
He inspiring to do that shit. Like, if he have ambition to like act or some shit, but he's doing that shit on the side or doing that shit, and he's still.
But if I see your grind, even in that, if you, there's still a lot of things that you can do if you want to be an actor.
No,
that don't involve you playing 2K all day. Whatever, acting, rapping, coaching.
What if you want to be a gamer?
What?
Cause that niggas make money in being a gamer. I mean, like, what if he want to be? No matter what you don't say at 40 and shit like.
Yes. First of all, how can you? If you a gamer at 38 and you ain't making no money, what the fuck have you been doing? If that's what you've been making your career on.
So why won't you just support him and see what you got to do to start making money? What if he don't know, or he don't?
You could be that person.
What if you see like, damn, you was a fucking good game. You be her kick. Hey, I know some terms you can like. I ain't never thought of that, baby.
Yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
See, that's support though. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
That's a lot for me because I don't know anything about games. Yes, it is. I don't know nothing about the gaming world, so how can I help him with that?
No, I'm just saying, but to spark the idea.
How can I even spark an idea? I don't know the first thing about y'all game.
But ID, listen, if you like them, you gonna probably try to look some shit up for them.
There you go.
But look what you brought to this podcast, and everybody respects you for it. And they told you what they was doing before this.
They were doing the same thing. We just put the technicalities behind it.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Why did you? You wanted to.
Wow.
But you wanted to. You wanted to. And you knew about this. Y'all know so much shit about this that I don't know. The only thing I brought was some order. That's it.
Exactly.
I didn't bring no additional information. Some
But you
order.
can bring order in that same situation. That same situation, because you don't know nothing about games. You didn't know much about this, but you brought order to it.
That's
you can bring order to that.
But
even
you
though
were already doing it.
he's already gaming.
No,
He's already gaming. He ain't making no money. We ain't making no money out this shit. We was already doing this shit.
Yeah.
We wasn't making no money. We was just doing YouTube and putting this shit out. But you came and put order into it, and now
I'm not doing that shit with no game.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not doing that shit.
There you go. Be honest. There you go.
Blank period. I'm
My
not doing it.
personal opinion about all of this, about men and women's submissive.
I'm not doing it. No. I can't respect you playing games all motherfucking day unless you playing these games, gonna pay all my bills. I don't have time to pay all the bills while you play and work out. I ain't got time for that.
When you throw the age factor, they're like 38. Let's say they 38 now, whatever, right? It's different now because he 38 now, but all this technology now ain't letting him be able to try to make money. But when he was younger, he couldn't do it because he didn't have these aspects.
He need to have a plan. He need to have a blueprint still.
But that-
He need to have.
He might have a plan, it just ain't working.
Well, I need to know.
Can you help him
I
with
need
it?
to know. How can I help him with it? How?
You keep saying how. Just like you research anything else that you want to help somebody with. It's like, bro.
But I got all my own life going.
Y'all
He got-
I got all my own life
partnership.
going.
Like,
It can be
if
if
you
I
can-
agree to that, which I don't. But I got all my own life
I ain't
going.
fucking with you, dude.
I'm just saying.
I ain't fucking. Go ahead, Kurt. Get your shit down, bro.
But you gotta account for yours. That's what you're saying. But you also gotta account for his life.
I
That's what I'm
wouldn't.
saying.
If I accept it, I do. I do have to
But
account for his
if
life.
he accepts you,
If y'all, that don't mean we gotta be together.
No.
We
I'm
both have to
saying
accept each
that.
other.
Right.
But I don't know that I can accept the person saying, I just like playing games all day and I want to make it big, but I don't know what to do. Bitch, you 38. The same research you think I'm supposed to do, why the fuck you ain't doing it? You the one who like the games.
What if somebody meets you and they really like you, D, and they find out you doing this podcast? What the fuck? You doing a podcast? Nah, that's a thumb down from hell no.
That's their decision. The podcast is not who Deidre is. So if you base whether or not you're gonna deal with me on me doing this, I don't care. I already lost. I'm not for you. That's it. I'm not
If
for
he
you.
can change his mind, he might like, oh,
It's
shit.
not my desire to change nobody's mind.
No.
We
I'm
gonna have a
saying
conversation,
you gotta
right?
change his mind. I'm saying I
The
think he know you
podcast
for a
gonna come
while.
up. That's part of what I do, but that's not who I am. So either if you like me, you're not gonna like me for doing this, and you're not gonna dislike me for doing this. You're gonna like me because of my hustle, how I look, how I smell, how I fuck, how I cook, how I clean, how I take care of my kids. All of that's gonna come first, even before this podcast.
So when you talk about gaming, what you gonna like before then?
All those things I just named. All those things I just named.
So
Possible.
you can't just look at the gaming then.
If that is the key in that man's life, we already too far gone. If he's saying this is what I do, and then y'all ain't saying the nigga got another job, y'all just saying he's trying to figure out how to make this
That's
income.
part of it.
No,
That's part of it, though.
Okay, well let
This
that
is
be part
of
of
you.
someone else.
This is part of you, but it's not what it's not. It don't
I
make
can't
you
fuck
right.
with that. It is, but I got stable
Get this shit
employment.
out.
I got stable employment that I've been having for years, nigga. You gonna come and tell me at 38 I'm on a game?
Background check.
I do background checks on most people, just FYI.
I mean, my opinion on it is just like,
What the fuck you just? Go ahead, my bad.
If they gonna be in my house.
No, go ahead,
What
Kurt.
she say?
Do your thing, Kurt.
nah, I was just gonna say that, you know, personally, what I feel like, I agree. I totally agree with literally everything D said. I think majority of you niggas aren't capable of being submitted to. Personally.
I guess that's the perfect way to sum it up. If you want submission, demonstrate the
That's just-
ability to handle said submission.
What makes a woman? So what makes you able for a woman to submit to you then? Since you say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it based off of just this is how I look at it. I think most African American women, I think that they be gainfully employed, they be taking care of their kids, they have some type of values or moral system. You know what I'm saying?
You think?
I maybe based on his experience with women, maybe.
Yeah, you know, I believe that.
Based it on what you
And if I was to take a large group of African American men, I don't think we can match it. person.
So you never met no lady.
I don't think he's saying never. No, I don't think he's saying never.
I'm just taking the majority of African American men. I do not think they are
pretty much our dating pool is slim.
Yeah, exactly.
For people of our own.
Yeah, I think even on as simple as this, even if you take white people, Chinese people, Mexican people, right? Mm-hmm. They do date what they are around or education level. If a Mexican have a master's degree, shit, sometimes the husband got a master's degree. You know what I mean? With African American women, it's a lot of black women who have master's degrees, and there's a lot of niggas who don't. So their dating pool is slim. It's a lot of black women who have great jobs, and there's a lot of niggas who don't. I think
it also speaks to what we talked about earlier about how you were brought up.
Yeah.
What you seen.
And I personally just think that, it's harder for African American women to submit to men who are not in their same bracket, bro.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
But you the same nigga that rock with Kevin Samuels.
You don't want to
do
her down.
I totally do.
No,
because Kevin Samuels is saying the same shit. In my opinion, y'all haven't heard Kevin Samuels get on the niggas. It's way worse than what he say to black females. Way worse. But what I'm saying is that that's why he be saying that to black women, because he be like, hey, listen, you gonna have to date down.
So you don't think? I understand go from your experience, but you think if you get a group of black women and you get a group of black men, the black women gonna overpower the men?
They gonna have
on paper, probably.
Yes, hell yeah,
on paper,
without a doubt.
On paper, probably.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I don't think so.
I do. On paper, probably.
What's
that man? I wouldn't even say overpower.
Education level,
yes, education
job level,
been to jail or not, multiple kids or not, all of that. I think women will outrank dudes in two groups.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Black women will outrank black dudes.
Without a doubt.
It's unfortunate, but I believe that to be true.
So when in your opinion, you guys' opinion, when a couple get together, what a woman supposed to bring to the table for a man? A black woman supposed to bring to the table for a black man?
To me, she's supposed to bring the same things that he can bring. To me, I don't want to be less than or above. I want us to be equally yoked. So if you bring in your income, your spirituality, your consistency, your time, I'm bringing the same shit.
What's the percentage of you meeting somebody that's equally on you?
That's the point we making.
Slim to none.
That's the point we making.
But that's male or female. Yeah. What's the chance of a successful man meeting a successful black woman?
Well, I think the chances are there.
What I see is shit like I see like out here like that shit goes both fucking ways. Both ways.
So what's the remedy then? We can argue the point. What's the remedy? What do you do about it?
To me, it's about lifting each other up. If I'm up here and you down here, but I fuck with you,
I'm gonna try to get you up here with me. Like if I really fuck with you.
Yeah.
Some of us have tried that. Okay.
But that's the problem.
Some people try it and try again.
Person.
But how do you determine it's the wrong person on site? But for exactly what you said earlier, you stick with it. You listen to what he's saying. You try to encourage it. Once you try that one time and it crashes and burns miserably, the likelihood of you doing that again as an intelligent person cuts in half. Cuts in a quarter.
But you also, let's say when you go around the second time, and if you go the second time, the difference is the second time you don't stick around that long. You see it ain't working. Now some in your head like, okay, I've been through this before. Let me stop before I get in too deep, and it hurts me in the end.
That's exactly what you do.
That's what I'm saying, but you still get that person a chance to prove otherwise.
Not really. Certain people you're not gonna give a chance just based off that. I'm not gonna meet a similar person who. That's why my verbiage now is, if you ain't doing what I'm doing, it better. I can't fuck with it like that. Now I don't know. We finna be married. We finna merge our lives. If we fucking, I can fuck who I want to fuck. I get what you got. That's what I'm saying about it.
I'm just saying as far as like.
I think both groups need. I just think because you can meet a female that's down on her shit, and you like, bro, she got some potential. She want to do this.
Yeah.
She probably don't. So you know what? I'm gonna help. Even though I'm on this level and I got the money I'm gonna try to help her out and get to where she want to do. Get to what she want to do.
I agree with that too. Yeah. I agree with that.
But it's not you judging off your ex to put on a new man. You can't do that.
No, because I've dated since my ex. I've dated people who were, I would say, matching my energy or not. We didn't work because of other characteristic flaws. Like we just didn't see eye to eye. So just because a person come and be equal on my level as far as I'm concerned, it still don't mean we're gonna be successful because you got to work around that stuff. But there is a starting point though. If I'm not willing to start at 0 again, I've already been there. Okay. So I need to be able to start at 50. I can't start at 100 because I'm still living and learning.
Well, you keep saying equal then. So but if you can start at 50, that means you at 100 then, or you ain't at no 50.
Me? I am.
You ain't in no 50, bro.
I am. I'm still living. I still got beautiful shit to do.
I guess that's perception, because you got a house, you got a career. You ain't in no 50. If you at a 50, you talking about a 25 then. You ain't on your level.
Even if he not. Let's say he wasn't, right?
Okay.
I decided, yes, that I wanted to buy a house. Yes, I have a car, Okay, if he have a car, say he live with his mama, right? He live with his mama. But he say, D, listen, I live with my mama. That is what it is. Because this is what I'm trying to do. Right? I'm trying to say, even if he said that, even if he said that, that's okay. That's okay.
No doubt.
What are you doing to be said gamer? If he like, I don't even know shit about the game. Okay, I'm on these websites, I'm on this, I'm already starting, I posted all this whatever. If you have a plan that sounds reasonable, that's better to me than just saying, I'm 30, I just want to be a gamer. The fuck you mean? What do you mean?
But see, I know women.
There has to be a plan.
Women,
that's what I'm saying. There gotta be a plan.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
I agree with that.
So if you like a man, most women, they kind of start liking what they man like. For instance, I like football, right? My favorite team, the Raiders. It ain't no girl I ever met that like the Raiders, so they start fucking with me. And then when I'm talking to her about it, now they been with me for a while, they asking me stuff about the Raiders. Or they winning, y'all won today, they talk shit. They understand though.
Why is that?
But it wasn't like that at the beginning.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Why are they doing that?
Because it's me.
Literally, that's the only reason. She bought into you. She bought into you.
So that's the same thing about gaming.
That's not the same thing. That don't have. We talk about a career. You watching football is not how you gonna make money.
I'm just saying in general.
But you can't put the two together. Like the way my mind is working, the way y'all pose the question is, if he wants to be a gamer, you don't want to be a person who make money watching football. She want to spend time with her man, so of course, this is what keeps his interest. Let me sit next to you. Let me act like I understand what the fuck is going on.
Okay, I see.
But if this man is literally saying, D,
I guess it would.
D, I want to be a gamer. Hey, nigga.
Well, we disagree on this.
What are you doing?
We all agree on that. Both sexes should have a plan. If they,
that's my problem.
They should have a plan. But then I guess we disagree on that it's more women that are like that than men. Like if you put that's what we disagree on. Like I don't agree with that. Like, I think there's a lot of dudes out here, bro. Like dudes, like I'm pretty sure it's a lot of dudes out here that's like you, like me, that go to work and try to take care of our shit. Exactly, but females fall for that other nigga because they flashy and this and that and the third, and they fall for that nigga. And when it's not working out, they blame every other man. All men like that. That's why I think. That's what I think. That's, you know what I'm saying. Like that's what I think. You know what I'm saying. Like
well, personally,
I don't think that. But
I just.
If that's the case, I never know.
He explained exactly what I was thinking.
I just said another person. You know what I'm saying? Like you pick one bad apple, you bite it and the bitch mushy, you like, okay, I can't eat apples never again. Like I don't know that we doing that.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying like I hear a lot of females say like, all niggas ain't shit, but I hear a lot of dudes say, all bitches ain't. Like I hear that.
Because you picking niggas and bitches. You not picking a man or a woman.
Exactly. But then when you run into a man that's a man, he might be like that nigga. He might be just similar to that nigga or that bitch that you was fucking with, and you put him in that category, but he's not. He's not like that at all. Exactly. But you put him in that category because from past experience. So that's what I'm saying. Like you know,
that's what I was saying. You bringing your ex onto your new person. That's why.
Most females and most men. I hear that shit a lot, you know what I'm saying? A lot, you know what I mean? Like,
all I can say is for black women, good luck.
Nah, for real. Straight up. Really? Straight up. Good luck.
Me, Kilo, bro.
Like y'all have met me. Y'all know me.
Yeah.
You flat out before said you ain't gonna. The way you think, the way you talk, the way you act. You ain't gonna have nobody like that. That perception right there is damaging.
He said that?
Yes. I mean, but to me, that was based on the fact that he he felt that I had unrealistic expectations of dudes.
So that really dictates what I'm going to go against what you just said.
No. The point that I'm making is that I don't think it's nobody credible to date you.
Yeah, I think it is. Thank you for that. I think it is.
That's what I think.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's somebody who's credible. He don't have to. Okay, so I'm not saying the dude that I date has to drive a certain kind of car. He has to already have a house built. He has to have been on his job. His resume don't have to match mine verbatim. But I just need to see that there is a willingness, first of all, to progress. Okay. There's a willingness for you to go get it, and then go get it with me.
Okay, there's a thing called game too, right? Running game. So that doesn't mean he actually telling the truth.
But when you spend time with people, you get
you was right.
You get to learn.
But as you know, when you run game, your point is to make them think something that you're not, or that you're trying to get close to them.
But if you are an intelligent person, like after a while that run out. Especially if you have life experience.
I used to think that about certain people, but if you like somebody, you like them. You gon' if you like somebody, you gonna deal with whatever. you're gonna deal with whatever when it comes to that person.
Why do you think so? Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
Because I done seen all ages just when you like somebody in love, that overpowers on what you think when you know what you're supposed to be doing versus what you actually are doing.
I don't know about that. Not in life. In love, maybe. In love, maybe you do that.
Yeah,
but in life,
not in life.
I don't know.
I'm not saying that like. But if you like that person at the beginning, you gonna buy into what he's selling you.
No. Some people might. Some people might not. I'm not buying into shit.
So what if you meet somebody with some of the stuff you like?
That's bogus. No, you do. You gonna buy into. That's why you like.
No, exactly.
He can be selling you bullshit.
No.
Yeah,
he could be selling you bullshit.
It is my job to discern to the
but
best of my ability.
But that doesn't mean you gonna know that though.
It's my job to discern to the best of my ability whether or not I want to buy what the fuck you selling. Some shit just sound too good to be true. And what come out your mouth, if you can't back that up, if I can't see it or I can't assess it.
But with all of us in the room, we can see like Pat, but like some shit, we can fall for some shit. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Like we can fall for some shit. Like we can fall for some shit. Like
what's the likelihood though? At this age that we are, with the life experience that we have acquired up until this point, what is the likelihood that you're gonna fall for a totally fugazi situation?
It ain't necessarily gotta be fugazi.
Yeah, it can happen, right?
Yeah, you can't put nothing past nobody.
Because I think when you go into something like, you go into something with good intentions. If you
good intentions, right?
And then you know what I'm saying. But some but you go into then you get into this relationship and after.
But why would you agree to get into the relationship? Because you don't know what you know.
Because
you don't know the fact.
You don't know.
But you don't have
when you get into a relationship. When you start a relationship with them, you don't know if they telling you the truth or not.
That's why you're not supposed to just jump in one.
But you ain't necessarily at least gotta jump in.
I'm saying it's gonna be a sin, but y'all still building like a relationship. Y'all still like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so then how long do it take for you?
I don't know.
Generally speaking, not you.
I ain't never met nobody that just.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying to you,
have I ever what?
Not necessarily to you, but you ain't never seen anybody that ran game for more than a couple months.
And you like, man, this nigga's on some bullshit. Come on now.
And I liked him and wanted to be in a relationship.
But then you figure out like this nigga on some bullshit.
I don't think when you meet a person that you instantly like them. I don't believe that. I believe if I seen you somewhere and I was interested in how you look and what you said, that don't equal I like you. That means I'm curious about you. And I want to see what could happen. In order for me to get to like what you selling me gotta be, what y'all saying selling, it gotta be reasonable enough for me. My assessment is gonna be based on all the things I see.
You can fall for that?
Fall for what?
Anything.
Like being curious and y'all go out on a couple of dates and he feeding you this fugazi. You're like, oh, I kind of like this nigga.
Picking you up his friend car, dressing.
You think it's his shit. Like, you don't know. Like, then you find out, you like, this nigga on some more shit.
I legit just told you. I am not like the average girl. First of all,
I guess we're talking to general girls.
I don't know then, because that's a hard spot. Because I'm checking license plate. Now I'm checking everything before I even get in your car. I done ran your license plate, so I know who name coming up. Is it your mama name? And then I might pose a question.
Hold on. Do you think that's cool?
I know it is. It's for me to be safe.
But I'm saying,
it's for me to be safe because you could be giving me fugazi and kidnapping.
But would you tell him that? I ran your
later. Later I was.
And you don't think that'll fuck somebody
I
up?
don't care what it is.
Listen, hold on. Hold on, dude.
Come on,
D, the same
woman for you, bro.
Come on,
the
bro.
same way you say you'll tell him later.
What?
He can tell you later that he was lying about certain shit.
But I never. That's not a lie.
No. I'm not saying what you did as a
Right.
I'm talking about with him running game on you.
I don't need
How
you.
is that distrust?
Cause you went and then you telling me that. Like, why you just want to tell me that I ran?
But look
I ran-
at the example y'all gave. He picking you up in your homeboy car.
I understand it, but like, why wouldn't you tell? Hey, bro, I noticed you picked me up in your homeboy car because I ran a background check on you.
How the fuck do I know who the homeboy is?
You see the car in this fucking name, and it
It
ain't.
could be his dad. It could be his uncle.
It ain't his, and he portrayed it as his.
How?
You did until you ran the fucking background check. You wouldn't know.
I'm doing it every time. I don't care. I don't care how it make nobody feel at the end of the day because people lie about all types of things.
Right.
So I have kids, 2 kids. The likelihood of a man being honest about being a sex offender registrant is low. I have a 6-year-old girl. So I say, oh, we hanging out. He say, okay, after a while, I want to come to your house. Yeah, I'm finna know about you.
No, I agree with that running, but like, we talking about you saying like a nigga with a car and then you running the back. That's what you running the back.
I'm finna get. If I agree to get in a car, Viber, if I get in his car, first of all, I need to know your shit gonna be straight. I need to know what your criminal background is because that's how a lot of us get put in situations that we just wasn't even. Oh, I didn't know.
Okay.
You're not gonna catch me slipping to not know.
I can agree with that. I guess
That makes me feel safe. I understand the part about me telling him right away saying, hey, I'm going to check your license plate. 9 times out of 10, I got a couple friends who used to come to my house in Houston. I flat out told them, any motherfucker who come in here, you getting your shit ring. Now, if you want to continue coming in here, that's your business.
That's upfront to me. I can deal with that.
But that wasn't on no like we dating or we about to be in a relationship. That was just like, y'all my homeboys, y'all want to come kick it? It's no problem. It's kids here though. My niece was there at the time. You know what I'm saying? My brothers and sisters.
I guess when it comes to kids, I guess, and plus the work that you in, you know what I'm saying? I can understand. I can guess the way from what you do in your career, that makes a lot of sense.
So what if
I gotta be safe. Like I can't just be letting even myself though. Even myself. Like bitches come up missing all the time because you trusted a man. And it's like, okay, well who? His name is Vibrant. No, he's right. 6 foot. They be like, well, he ain't got no red car registered to him. Oh no, man, he done raped me and dropped me off.
Just growing up with my mom, bro. The stuff that D talk about, my mama knows niggas' social security numbers.
I mean, that's all female tactic.
And that's I already respect that.
What D saying is not off the wall for a female, but what I'm saying is, I think what V trying to say too is that you still can get got. You still can get gang ranked on you without what you doing.
With all these scammers and shit.
That's all I'm saying.
But we're not talking about that. The point is whether or not you can fall for that. What does falling for game look like? Yeah, you can lie from the day I meet you, right? You can, absolutely. And some of the lies might be believable from the day I meet you. That's fine. The way my brain's set up, I'm researching though. So it's only so far that these lies finna go. That's my thing. That's why I'm checking stuff.
What if he is lying, but you can't catch his lie?
You can't catch.
But how? I don't even know that's a lie then. But that's a trick question. If I can't catch the lie, how do I know it's a lie?
That's my point. That's actually my point. You doing all this research?
I think it's only so far that anybody can carry any lie. It's only so far. Without building a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. And you gotta remember these lies because the way my brain set up, I remember your lies.
I agree with that.
So when you say something that sounds different from what you said the first time,
as far as you researching. That's what I'm saying.
I don't get it. Ask the question in a different way.
Like, let's say you did find out driving somebody a car, but he gave you a good explanation.
That's not a lie then, right? Or you saying the explanation
I don't know
is a lie?
It could be a lie or it can just be bullshit.
If you can prove it, it's not. I don't know that it's a lie. If I say this car is registered to your car is registered to a Timothy Anderson, who is that? Because that's not your name, so who is it?
I changed my name, bro.
Lie. I don't know. What you change your name for? What you running from? I got all the questions.
I got a crazy ass female that I don't want her knowing where the fuck I am. This bitch is crazy. Like, I had to change my name to get away from this bitch. Is that a lie? Boy,
I I bought this car. I bought this car cash, and it's still in his name. And I ain't had the chance to change it because I'm still getting all the stuff together.
Man, y'all just funny.
You hear me?
I'm just fucking with these. She getting heated.
Did you know what I said?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to think of a way to answer his question.
You know what I said?
Yeah, you haven't had a time.
I ain't had time to change the titles and stuff because the dude been busy. We ain't had same pay, get on the same time yet.
Okay.
But it says his name who I bought the car from, but it is mine.
Okay. That's what I was saying. Okay. No, it's next.
Ain't nothing else. We done with the car.
But the way my brain is working, I'm just gonna remember that. Because it's gonna be a time that come up again. Okay, and so your car
get run game be like knowing that too.
A lot of motherfuckers don't. Because you run a game because you think I'm not gonna be paying attention. You think I'm not gonna catch you in your shit. That's why you do it, and that's why you continue to do it. When I say, okay,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
and you'll be like, oh, she fell for a hook, line, and sinker. But my shit is calculating. I got notepad in my phone. Y'all don't understand. No,
I know. I respect it though.
But it's not to make you a liar. It's not to make you a bad guy. It's to keep me safe.
And I understand if that's your
that's the only thing.
Yes.
So when it comes down to black women not being submissive, it's basically going off of what they past experience been.
No, that's not it. Because if y'all trying to say, oh, what if he run a game? Give me a pristine or close to pristine nigga, and I can submit. If he not trying to run no game, if the car is his, y'all not giving those examples. Y'all saying the wrong, like he can still be shady. Like
nigga, I understand that with you because your list is, you know what I'm saying, your list is pristine.
My list is not. You just gotta have some shit going for yourself. Give me something to work with. I can work. It's fine to work with somebody.
I fell off,
but give me some.
Look, I fell off, I got into some shit. Now listen. Yeah. I fell off, I got into some shit, but I got me a good job. Yeah. Right now, I gotta stay with my mama because of this shit happened. Okay. I got me a car. I just got me a car. Okay. I'm working myself back.
I think you can rock with that.
Yes, I can.
To me, that sounds like you trying to do something.
That's
I know what you saying. Like if you ain't just doing nothing, bro, you just lying off the rip.
What I just said, you gonna research, right?
Why would somebody?
What I just said, you gonna research that? What everything I just said?
I am going to research if you pick me up for a date in your car, as I've already said. I am going to check your background, as I've already said. Okay. But if you're telling me this, I think I have a good radar. It's not great, but I have a good radar. So if my gut, there is women's intuition, you know that. If my gut say, watch this nigga, I might not say anything about what you said. Okay, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna kick it. But I'm telling. He told me X, Y. It ain't even mental. I'm telling. I gotta check it.
Like, guys do that with women?
No. Not enough. If
we're not that.
Yeah, we do.
We're not that.
I do. That's why I didn't get. That's why I have kids till later on. Yeah. Like,
same.
I think more.
Like me, bro. Like, nah. I make sure, like, nah, because I don't want that. I don't want that drama. And I don't want all that shit. So,
well, for me, like,
man, dude.
I think you do just the way you pick your feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made sure, like,
I just think one sex more than the other.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Sex more than the other.
Like I can say for me, like as far as like,
cause y'all be doing shit that make people us not trust you.
I think we do it differently from y'all.
Yeah,
but I think we do
I say because like
do it differently.
Off the rip with me, like it's conversation. So like for instance, like I always say, the minute you call me a bitch ass nigga, you terminated. You done.
Pink slip again.
You pink slip. So
let that shit be no, hey, don't do that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just certain things.
Is that only because you're not willing to engage?
I look
like don't call me. Yeah, I'm not calling you. Exactly. That's what I'm.
That's how I feel too.
That too. But I also take into account when you think about dating a woman or being in a relationship. You won't want to take her around your mother or your family, and y'all get the argument. She get to call you a bitch ass nigga, and you being disrespected in front of everybody. You know.
But what does that have to do? But what about she just disrespecting you? So what if she say, Eric, I'm gonna call you a bitch ass nigga, but only when we argue. I won't do it around your mom.
Would you? Okay, is it an automatic? If y'all argue, like you meet a chick and y'all get to and she
the game.
Bitch ass nigga.
Yeah,
it's just done.
Yeah.
Would you not say like, hey, don't call me that no more. We done.
I say that.
You get a chance.
I say like, listen, you know, I wouldn't call you that.
So don't play me like that.
Games. you know what I'm saying?
Why that word hurt you bother you so much?
I mean, like I said, it's like it's super disrespectful. How can a woman honestly say she like me or even consider to love me, and you call me a bitch ass nigga? So you love
for me, but for me that's a.
You just mad as shit. What if you acting like a bitch ass nigga?
That's a demonstration.
What if you acting like one? She like this nigga acting like a bitch ass nigga right now.
But you still need to be able to articulate that.
I know. I'm just fucking around.
For me, it's
Yeah,
respect. That's what it have to do with. It have to do with respect. Like for me, I don't think you can have love without respect.
And that's the point. Yeah, so you can't go forward with some woman calling you a bitch ass like that. Just
I guess I was just you ain't just finna terminate out. You gonna let her know like I don't rock like that.
But I mean, it's just it's certain things even in.
But see, if a nigga said that to me, if a man was like, bitch, you, I would be more inclined to terminate than not, because what made you that comfortable?
Exactly.
Who have you dealt with before that will allow certain things like that? That's giving me an idea of the standard that you used to. So now I'm like, I don't even know that I would take the time to be like, hey, I don't deal with that, because it's obvious when you say that. Mm-hmm. Your respect is diminished for me, because if you respect me, it's certain things you're not gonna say. You would say, "Hey, D, you tripping." Like your attitude foul, like you tripping. I can accept that.
That kind of goes to still like how you was raised and who you was around.
Exactly.
Like, so you can change that behavior from somebody like, bro, like that ain't cool to be talking to people or communicating with people like that, bro. Like if you love somebody, you shouldn't be disrespecting me like that.
That's why
I feel that as a teaching point.
There you go. Like, I don't think I would just terminate, but if that shit consistently happen, nah, bro. Like twice, and I told you once, like, hey, bro, I don't rock like that. Don't do this, that, and it happened again. Like we done, but like I feel some people don't know, you know, because we raised differently. Like I saw my mama talk to that, I saw my daddy talk like that, and they still fuck with each other. That's just how I saw, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I fucking communicate.
And I feel I didn't grow up like that.
Exactly.
What makes me feel a way about that though is if this is a person who won't accept being called that, right? I can't buy that excuse. Because you know it's wrong. If you the whole this how I read it. So if you say, and we just talking and you be like, hey bitch, you I'm like.
But that's why you let them know, like I don't like.
But what I'm saying is, in the same conversation or in the same setting, just say if we're sitting here and he say, bitch, so, but you say to him, say bitch that nigga, and he blow up. I'm like, so you know that's wrong then. You know it's wrong.
No, I agree with that. No, I agree with that shit. No,
that's what I'm saying. In that situation, I'm like, nah, wait a minute. You know better than that.
Yeah, because this nigga, like, oh, nah, bro.
So you doing it to me because you feel like you can do it.
No, I agree with that.
And I think it's multiple things that you can pick up in a conversation from a woman that you'll be like, oh yeah, I can't really rock with that. You know what I'm saying? You'll slowly kind of maneuver your way away from that. You know what I mean?
So what if I came in here with a 211 smoking a black and white? What would you say?
Oh, fuck, cause I smoke squares.
Yeah.
Smoke your black.
Deidre.
Smoke your, I'm not, you might be going through somewhere you need a black. I don't.
No, I don't think so. I think you'd be like, what the fuck wrong with you, my nigga? What's going on?
I wouldn't.
But would it be odd is my point.
Oh, it would, cause you don't smoke black. Yes. But I would, in my mind, something going on.
Exactly.
Like something going on, cause she don't smoke blacks, my nigga.
But I think that's to your point. Like you can pick up certain things like.
But that wouldn't be like.
That would make you question me though.
But it wouldn't make.
That's because we know you. That's different.
Even if you.
That's true.
Because I would think something is like because you don't smoke black, but if you just came.
And a beer, I came in here with a beer and a black, like, bro.
What's going on? Like something going on. What's going on?
I mean, like I said, it's like conversation for me. And certain things for me, it's like a no. You know what I mean? And even like I have my mom and sister, and they talk about different things. And for me,
what are some deal breakers for you? Okay, so this is, I mean, just generally speaking, you have a fiance, you're already in a situation, but just saying, if that were not the case, not to be disrespectful to your situation, but if it were not the case that you were there, what types of things would you say, oh no, that's a no for me? Basically, like if we're conversing.
That would be one, if for example, if I'm not looking for a relationship and you looking for a relationship, nah.
A lot of dudes is not like that. That's
Like what?
They don't tell the truth about that part.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't tell the truth about that. I think that's why we get our wires
We're
crossed too.
looking for like, you gotta be honest. I tell Trey, I said, be honest with
Yeah,
you. Like, if
you
you're not
gotta
looking for,
choose
tell the female,
I don't
bro.
got like
I'm not. I'm just here to like. I wanna smash, and I'm fucking like you. I think if you do that up front, bro, the female or the male will respect you.
I mean, 'cause-
a lot more.
But some of us get the notion that we can change that, and that's a fault that we carry. Some of us get the notion like you tell me that I'm like, yeah, that's what he's saying. Wait till I do this.
Wait till I put this on in my name.
And then he gonna be loving me, and then he be like, nah, bitch, I don't really love you. I already told you. You be like, oh no, all niggas ain't shit. Oh my god, they're terrible.
Nah, but
That's how most situations go.
But I can say personally, I got the game from my mom though. You know what I mean? Because my mom would tell me straight up off the rip, be honest with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can
get
be
firm.
Yeah, and I can be quite firm. Like I be honest. I try my best to be as honest, even if you don't like it, and you can take whatever that is and go with it.
So then what's the?
I'm sorry. I got.
Oh yeah.
You just sneezed, right?
Yes.
And nobody said bless you.
Oh no.
Look, no, hold on. No.
I said bless me.
Look. I looked up on the internet and I asked people, why do we say bless you?
Because your heart supposedly stops when you sneeze.
Do you know that?
Mm-mm.
So you just going out with somebody like,
Yeah.
why do we say it?
Yeah.
I don't say it no more. Erica be looking at me like, I'm like, no. I was like, 'cause nobody can tell me why we say somebody just a good gesture. I was like, fuck, what you mean?
I think it's because
Like, why do we say it? Why? If nobody can explain to me why we do this shit, why are we doing it?
I think because your heart stops. You're not breathing.
What you saying?
You're not breathing.
You're not giving me.
Are you breathing when you sneeze?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Are you? You do know.
I don't. But I'm saying I don't know. I don't know if like my heart stopped. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Why?
What does research say? What is literature on the
I
facts?
can't really find
No,
it.
you know it's funny you say that because my girl always sneeze and I never say bless you. She be like, you never say bless.
I'm sorry for going off topic, guy, but that's my shit. And I didn't want you to think I was rude. I was trying to explain myself. She be like, you know where niggas just say
I know.
bless
I say
you.
bless myself.
Got you.
My girl always
I
say
say it quietly. Bless.
My son said that.
I don't know. Like, I guess I just heard other people saying it. Like, I was like, nah, I didn't know why we say this shit.
You're researching. Key, can you got your phone here? Can you do a little research on saying get zone tight?
Why do we say that shit? Like,
Oh, I don't want to break up my phone. Okay, what were you talking about?
Yeah, nah,
you took us on a detour.
But no, that's just my point of view of it.
So just submissive is just black women not being submissive can be basically many things, right?
I think.
Yes.
I think that is a general statement, right? First of all, and I think it's applied to black women to make us really seem really difficult and really aggressive and really mean. I think the majority of us are not really like that. We just want somebody who's going to like be a stand-up guy and hold the situation down and really have a plan to progress. Yes. Why are you raising your hand, bro?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Check this out. Okay. What about when a woman say, whoever they dating at the time, I guess they're not being manly enough. They're not putting their foot down, and I guess they can run over them or something like that. They don't like that. But then they get with a man that is more man or they're putting their foot down, but not in the way they thought that what they wanted, and they actually getting mentally abused.
Putting your foot down though shouldn't equal mental.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear women say that. I didn't hear women talk about that.
Well, they need to get their picker in order because you putting your foot down does not equal you abusing me in any facet.
That shit go on.
No, I'm not saying abuse. Like, you know, you gotta
know what your woman wants. You gotta know what your man wants. Like, you gotta know what that means. Actually, you can't just can't take advantage of that shit. Y'all want you to be manly and do this and be like, bitch, go do this or bitch, go in there and cook me up. You can't be like that.
Personally, I think it's like I always have had an issue with that, especially with me being a man. And what is masculinity? What is not masculinity?
Gotcha.
Who defines masculinity?
exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that is kind of. Cause like for instance, I don't like to fix stuff. I don't like using tools.
Me either.
So I'm not masculine.
Yeah, I'm not a handy man. I say this not a handy man. I don't know, like,
you know.
I guess I didn't grow. I didn't grow up in that environment where niggas was fixing shit with their hands and I'm my dad.
I don't know.
I know. Like,
I never really too much.
I tried.
Yeah, I never too much get too much into other people's definition of masculinity and what a man is and all that. I'd be like, shit, I know how to survive. I'm a man to me.
I just think that's funny because women can they can say that about us men, but many of the men say something they feel like a woman should do. we being sexist.
Even with the whole I don't fix things, I don't know that would lend itself to being a man, because you can find a way to get it fixed. To me, that's what the man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I might not be able to do it, but I can call who I need to call, take care of the situation, and it's going to be working for you when you need it. Yeah. To me, that is a man.
And that's the point.
Whether or not you can fix it.
That's the point that I was making. That's the point that I was making. Shit, I know how to survive. I know how to pay my rent. I know how to, if my car break down, go get it fixed. I know how to do pretty much anything I need to survive, to take care of my son, to take care of my fiance. That's a man. You know what I mean? As far as
with respect, also with having love, with having respect, with having patience, because remember, the provision doesn't always equal, to me,
monetary.
Yeah, provision. What you can provide, it don't always equal man. Because like I explained earlier, you can give me money with this hand and beat me with this hand. You can give me money with this hand and call your side piece with this hand. Like the hands need to work together for the.
I mean, I try to cook food on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? That's my time with the family. I try to, you know what I mean? It's different.
Women appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? It's different aspects of it that.
I give women props for that shit. I was doing that shit for the last week.
Yeah.
My nigga. That shit is
I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, dude, do it Sunday. Do it every day. Like, you'll be like, man, goddamn. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Like,
and for a family of.
Yeah, that shit, bro. Oh my God. The other night I got kind of pissed off. Like, I was pissed off, but I was just like, I'm tired. What else? She was gone. She was out taking care of some shit, and I had to just figure it out. Like, I was like,
but you know
I really
what?
don't want to figure this shit out. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Come on and bring us some food. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. When a man get put in a woman's shoes, gotta do like what a woman do whatever, and you see what they go through. I ain't gonna lie. I had to do that at one point in my life, and it makes you get more respect.
More respect,
and appreciate.
Like when y'all be getting a little mood swings and be mad. Nowadays when they do that, you got the right to be mad.
Exactly, bro.
Thank you.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? But as a man, like I always say, it just takes a person to get in your shoes.
There you go.
There you know what I'm saying? Sometimes at the beginning,
like I told y'all about the provisions. Like some men just be like, I work. After I pay all these bills, you straight. Like that's not what make me straight. Especially for me, a person to if I work as well. But okay, so we both work, but I'm expected to come here, cook, clean, sex, all the things like, and the only thing you do is work. I have an issue with that.
Yeah, no, I will too.
But I feel like,
can you vacuum there once in a while?
I ain't gonna lie, I've been that nigga before. My first, when I was with my baby mama, that was
whether or not you learn from it. Whether or not you learn, but that's what's important though. That's the important part. What did you take? You supposed to. I think as humans, we're all supposed to take something from every experience, especially something that's going to make us better.
Yeah.
If you went through something, just try to leave the bad shit over there and take something good away from that and carry it on. Right. The good things that I've taken from relationships is I have become a little more resilient. I have become a little bit less tolerant of stuff that don't feel right.
Right.
And I would ignore my own feeling or intuition for the sake of a relationship like y'all were talking about earlier. I would do that before. Today I don't do that anymore. I'm not willing to do that because it was costly. Yeah. And I'm putting myself in a position to win. So why would I make a decision that's going to potentially cause me to lose based on somebody else?
Like me, I try to
I might be single for
like growing up with a single mother.
Yeah, I did.
I might be single.
Nah, growing up with
I am single. Hey.
No.
Hey, no. I am 6'4" and I'm not dating anybody 5'2".
5'4".
Or 5'4", or 5'7". Like, let's get that on the record. Okay, sorry, go. Your mom.
I would say, you know,
don't tell me nothing, please.
Nah, I would say, you know, I growing up with a single mother, you see all the things that she does, and I kind of try to take into consideration of, all right, if I'm gonna be with a woman, okay, let me try to take some of these things off of her, like cooking. Like,
well, thank you for that.
You know, taking the kids to school, picking them up, helping them with the homework.
That motivates us to do things. You might get the best blowjob you got because listen.
I've been a victim of that shit.
That's an honest.
I've been a victim of that.
Honestly, I have friends. If I feel like you appreciate the efforts that I make every day, so much so that you want to make an impact on them, baby, look, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go get these kids from school. I'm gonna stop and grab them something to eat. You ain't even really gotta cook. Just chill. You wanna take a little bath or whatever you wanna do. That on that night, she's supercharged. She's like, oh, he saw me. He saw me. Not that he looked at me.
Yeah.
He saw that I was tired. He saw that I needed a break. He understood the assignment. That's the thing.
It is funny though, cause like when I was doing it, you know what I'm saying?
I said I got better at that, way better.
It's funny because when I was doing it, like my mom would call me with my auntie and they'd be like, oh, let me see how I look. Oh, you doing some grown man stuff over there. And it made me feel good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, all right, I'm
It make her feel good too.
I like doing that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
To make her feel good.
To make her feel, but like, yeah, that is what. But then it goes to like, I think my kids need that. Like, they don't need her just doing like taking her to school. They need like they pops. You know what I'm saying?
But take the kids away.
I mean that too.
So if it were no kids and it was just you and Erica,
it'd be, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like you still should.
No doubt.
Like,
no doubt.
You know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But it is good to put them in there though, because they do need to see, like we were just talking about, the demonstration of like relationships and how you're supposed to work together with somebody, even when you're upset. Like, I asked my nephew the other day, "Do you love me?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What does that mean? What do it mean for you to tell me that you love me? What does that mean? What does it mean to you when I tell you I love you?" He's like, "It means that you want to see me do well and that you care about me." And I was like, okay, for me it means I'm willing to put you and what you need above me and what I need. That's how I know I love somebody.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's how I know I love somebody. When I'm willing to say, I could go do whatever the fuck I want to do with this money or whatever. But what I'm going to do is see what you need, or what I'm going to do is see if you are okay, or make sure of that. And that goes for the kids in my life, that goes for my friends. That could even go for a man, that would go for a man if I were in a relationship with him. Once I started to do that, that's why I'm like, oh, I probably am.
You know, something else you said earlier, you said it's not about like a monetary thing.
Yeah.
I don't see money as like that. I see money with a point or a vision behind it. So, for instance, if you were to take money and your son need cleats, right? Like you just said, you can literally do something else with your money. But you took your money and bought cleats. So that's how I look at like money.
The gesture.
The point is a point to it as opposed to just monetary. Then now I see money as a thing of using that means to an end. You know what I mean?
Well, money, in that regard, the money represents your intention.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if the dude just say, I got this money, I pay all the bills, you should be happy. That ain't enough for me.
No,
money don't mean
that's not enough for me because I can pay all my own bills.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you want to do that.
So,
but then how else do
if
you
you
show
got
up for
kids,
me?
you should look like a dad. Like you should be. If you fly as shit, your kids should be fly as shit. But if you fly as hell and your kids.
Facts. Looking bummy. Or look like
you should look like that. You should look like the kids, and the kids should look like.
Yeah.
I mean, you putting that shit like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You want to pour into them. That's the point. You want to pour into them.
So what I'm getting out of this conversation about black women being submissive is it saying that like, only way y'all gonna be submissive if a black man allow you black women to be y'all and be more appreciative of y'all feelings and the stuff that y'all do as a woman.
I think that has something to do with it. I think what is going to allow us to be submissive is that we as
for you,
women,
it's safe, right?
It's safe. I just need to feel safe. What's going to open up my vulnerability is that safety. And if I am vulnerable, I am submissive. If I'm willing to be vulnerable with you, I will submit. First of all, let me ask this question. What does submission look like? What are you asking for when you say, is a black woman submit? What should she be doing that will indicate she's submissive?
Less argumentative, that's basically what they mean.
So what do you mean by it though? What would you say? What does a woman being submissive look like to you? Because a lot of women, in my mind.
I like that challenge. Like, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I don't want you to be quiet and you.
That's what I'm saying.
But what is it? What is submission?
Like, for instance, like me different from Eric when he was like somebody say, you know, if you like bitch ass nigga, that wouldn't offend me. The way I grew up around people, I know females that they can love you so hard, but if you make them mad, they will say something to eat at your motherfucking soul.
That's our female.
No, that's
because
what I'm
we
saying.
can't beat you with our hands.
Right, but that's why like, when they say that you can't take it too personal.
But you still have to have boundaries.
You gotta have boundaries. Don't get me wrong. And respect, that's still a big thing. But
and
it's
agreements.
And agreements. But it's
like if we agree when we fight that that's not gonna happen, and you do it.
Like for instance, if that happened to Eric, whatever, if he wasn't engaged, and he run to that type of female. If, like you just said, she probably been comfortable in the past or went through something like that, you just gotta make her like, hey, that's not cool, but we gonna work on it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like with anything.
And then if she's called you that one more time,
if she keep going, of course she walk out.
No, I'm saying even in that,
like, bitch ass
I'm gonna tell y'all what happened.
We done.
I tell you an example of what happened. A girl called me a bitch ass.
That's why I know. You like, that shit. It happened before.
Yeah, she called me a bitch ass nigga, and it wasn't even like, oh no, I knew her. I went to high school with her, so I know how the type of niggas she like. They play like that. Mm-hmm. So I was just saying like, hey, I don't play like that. And she was just like, you old bitch ass nigga. I hung up. Done deal. No.
Like, that nigga, I was just playing with you.
Yeah.
I said don't play with me.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, you gotta respect people.
No doubt.
But I just need to know what submission look like.
Oh, but
what is it supposed to look like?
I think
from y'all.
For me, I think submission can be something that's simple. It's simple shit, bro. Like
I think it's different.
Basic, like cook some food, bring me the plate. That I feel like that's some sort of submission.
Nah, that is, you're right, for a man,
you know what I mean? Okay. That's some sort of submission.
So then when you cook food, do you bring me my plate?
Yeah,
we're both ways.
So that's equal.
Yeah. You something like that.
So what you expected of me, you're also willing to get.
Yeah.
My family used to get they used to get mad as hell when we went to a family reunion in Chicago. Eric over there making my plate. She bring it to me. Why you bring that nigga here like get his ass up? She looking like
like we don't have those.
I mean, so I'm just saying it's. I don't think submission is like a.
I don't make her do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just what she.
But the sad part about it is that the person who would say that don't understand probably for her the joy that it gives.
Exactly, and that's what she said. She said it brings me joy to.
I want to take care.
There you
go. But see, when you invested in somebody and you know that they invested in you, that's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem to give you what you need.
I do that same shit though. Like I ain't gonna make a plate and say, hey babe, don't get your plate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to you. You probably not sitting down. You been I'm gonna take it. I cook. Why not bring your plate?
So even when you went and bought food the other day, you still bought her food to her. So that wasn't even cooking. It's just the fact that you right here, you mentioned being hungry. And I got my own food out here and I'm finna eat it. You know what I'm saying? It's just being considerate of the person that you're dealing with. I don't know about this whole submissive. I don't know. I think it's just gotta have reciprocity. That's our key word, reciprocity.
I think
I don't know.
As far as the submissive thing,
it is equal give and take. What you give me, I give you. Reciprocity.
Say it again.
Reciprocity.
I think when it comes to submissive thing, I just think they just judging black women off of other races.
Yeah.
I think that's just basically what it is. Cause I mean, just to be honest, you're not gonna get the same.
No.
What a black woman does, the problems y'all bring to the race. I'm just gonna say that not in a bad way, but another race is not gonna be the same way.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been told, hey, you need to get you a Latino girl. They know how to take care of you.
They're country too. That's what I heard.
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying, it's different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've
had everybody tell me.
I don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I don't like that, bro.
We just perpetuate whatever.
Yeah, I've always gotten that. I mean, even when my pops came down here, he was like, I thought you were gonna get. I was hoping you would get you a white girl. Damn. Straight? Like, you know, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying?
That's a representation of some kind of status, and you're gonna have some biracial children. They might get treated a little different.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it just goes into a whole.
It's a whole thing to it, and I don't be liking when people say that. You know what I'm saying?
I picked who I wanted to pick.
Yeah,
that's done and done.
You fuck around, I was like, bro, that could have been a black girl. She would have acted like her. I would have been a black girl. Would have been a Mexican girl. I would have been with a Mexican girl. She just the one that came along and got my attention.
But see, that's what that's the labeling part. Like, who I love is Erica. Even though that's your tag nigga with white for that, who I love is Erica.
Exactly.
I don't love white Erica. I love Erica.
So let me ask you. Damn, I forgot.
We deep, boy.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to play this one, man.
So how long? Maybe I should ask you this in this way then. How long should a woman take to a woman to actually appreciate a man that's actually doing those things? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the man that's complaining about a woman not being submissive, they are doing these things and the woman's still giving a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So when should a woman start being submissive? How about that?
I think that submissive shit is just because what is submissive?
That's
To you,
what-
what is submissive
Are you
to
saying
you?
like if she, like Eric just said, like if she cook and she don't bring me a plate?
So, but
you know
this
what I'm
is
saying?
the
When
thing.
she should start bringing me a plate?
This is the thing.
When you say something,
I like to. Well, no, it just depends. But that's up to you and
I want
your
you to
own
bring my plate,
assessment.
bro.
Yeah.
So if me and you started dating, just say today we
Yeah,
started
it's not
dating. I
happening,
like
bro.
to
You
cook.
five, which how
I like to
tall are
cook. It's not happening. That's why hypothetically,
a big deal.
hypothetically, you were 6'5" and we started dating, right?
Wow.
Okay.
And I went in the kitchen to cook. That's for you. And I went in the kitchen to cook. I like to cook.
Okay.
And I like for people to eat my food.
Okay.
Right? So I'm definitely finna bring it to you. But that's not because of you. That's because of me. That's what I want to do. That to me, I don't even think anything
But
about
see,
submission as bringing you
me
a
as a
plate.
person, even though that's for you, that's also for me too, because I'm appreciated.
Yeah.
And then you probably, most times girls gonna sit there, how'd you like it? Is it good? And
I don't. I'll be looking at your face.
Shit.
If it's gone, say less.
I mean,
if you say, "Can I have some more?" I already know what the move is. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And then if you sitting there eating and you put your plate on the table, guess what? I'm gonna take it. But that's not for you. That's because I have OCD and I don't want it sitting there.
I mean,
that has nothing to do with you.
That's a good thing too, though.
See, it just reflects.
My mama
You're
like
probably
that.
like, "Oh, she done took my plate." In my head, I'm like, "Let me go watch this
But
shit."
see, that's what I'm saying. It's also a good thing, because my mama's like that.
Yeah.
She got OCD like this, so it's just, I'm used to stuff
But I
like
think
that.
that's why communication is going to rule this whole thing. It rules this whole thing because just that was a perfect example about how we can very clearly be on a totally different page.
I mean, we talked about that one time. Like people love differently, and you might think, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It's totally different shit. Like,
And in my head, I ain't thinking nothing about you. I'm thinking about I don't want this shit sitting here.
Yeah.
Just like when and anybody who ever been to my house can attest to this. By the time I'm done cooking, the kitchen is clean.
clean, my nigga.
It's nothing in there. It's no dishes in the sink. It's clean, perfectly clean. Matter of fact, I gotta clean it up before I go in there to cook it in the first place if it's not clean. So you might think, you know what I'm saying?
And she clean it like a
And in my brain, she just wanted to be looking real good for me. She wanted to be clean. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is all about me and how I move.
But, I mean,
If you never came here again, it would still be
But I
like
think that goes into like submission. I think like if a woman is submitting to a man, I think that's what she wants to do. It's not necessarily
I guess this is what
it's
she.
not.
what
It's
she-
not for
she
the
wanted.
man. It's what she want to do. You know what I mean?
And you
That's a good
can
way to put it.
encourage her to want to do that
Yeah.
based on your behavior.
Yeah.
Your behavior will bring certain things out of a woman,
Okay.
especially the woman that might be for you at that time in your life.
I guess I never looked at
so
it like.
if you show up at my
kinda
house,
shaky.
no, it's not. If you show up at my house, right? Just a example. If you show up here and you know what I'm saying, hey, you know how you doing? Come in, sit down, and you say, how was your day? Y'all don't really ask that to be clear. If I'm just moving around,
I'm
not
not one of those.
specifically you two, but generally.
I'm not be. That's one of like I don't.
But that will catch a girl attention so fast because you'll be like, oh, okay. And then you say, come here. I dated a dude once. Every time I came, he worked overnight. Every time I came home, he wouldn't even let me. He would never let me take off my shoes. He would get annoyed if I took off my own shoes. He would sit on the couch, come sit down, want to take off my shoes and rub my feet every day. Even though I hated it. I hated it. I didn't like my feet being touched. I hated it. But in my head, I'm thinking, if I take my feet off this man's hands, then he gonna get agitated. He gonna be like, why you acting like that? I don't want to have that conversation. Go ahead and just rub my feet. I don't like this. I actually hate this, to be honest. But over time, I grew to expect it. And then I grew to appreciate it.
What if he didn't do? What if he didn't do it like a couple days? Would you think something like, "Nigga, what's going on?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because you already set the tone for me for that to be a thing.
That's one thing being suck it, I ain't gonna lie. Because I got a problem doing it. Starting out something so good and stop.
Keeping it. Yeah, because the thing for a woman is, why is this changing?
Yeah.
We're just inquisitive by nature. Like things that you might not notice. We like, why did that change? But literally every single day, it never changed the whole time.
The reason why I say what you said when it goes kind of shaky, like what we do, because I done seen women false, I guess we're using submissive, to the wrong niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's submission though. I think that's, I want to save you. And I think y'all get it misconfused. It's misconfused? Misconstrued. I
What
don't.
you
Yeah,
mean?
sorry.
You want to save you? The woman want to save the man?
Yes. Like we women, yeah, you got one. Although I started correcting myself before you.
Like she still had like, no nigga, you got one, but no nigga.
I had to put a jab. He tried to
Actually,
TKO.
gave you 50% of it.
Yeah. I think that we have a desire to like nurture and provide, and we just want to love somebody and help them get it right.
You're right, but y'all don't know when to stop either.
Sometimes, some of us don't, because then it becomes like I'm going to let myself down when I stop doing this.
Man, let's
It's
get on
not
these
just-
women's asses real quick.
Yeah, for real. We
Let's
can
get on
have
these women's asses, bro.
we can have a
We
full
talking about
honest
we
conversation.
getting on the niggas' ass.
Get on there.
Nah,
We can be difficult. We can be stubborn. We can know all the things. We can nag, talk loud, get out of control.
I saw Jada Pinkett say like, why does it bother us when we expect a man to read our mind and he doesn't? Why does that bother us so much?
Yeah, why does it bother? It's a good ass question because
Why
that shit
didn't I
bothers the
just
fuck out of me.
Because my wife said it's like, supposed to know.
But I think it's
My girl said that
because
too.
I think it's because of the effort and attention that we put into doing that same thing. How much do you have to ask her to do that she don't already know to do dealing with you? How much? And then you put the shoe on the other foot, it's probably very different. Like we paying a whole bunch of attention to what you need, what you want. I think that's the reason though.
But you know,
That's
it's
why
funny
it
because they
bothers us.
always say that about like women. They be like, you know, women. I always hear men say, you know, oh shit, women easy. You know, they just like some fucking attention.
That is true.
That is true. You like, I second that.
Attention is a thing.
That's
You're
what
right.
it is. They like some attention.
But I'm put it like this: with black women, because that's mostly basically all I done dated.
Yeah.
What I have learned with this basically submissive subject and stuff like that, when it comes to women, black women, is attention, giving them attention, being mindful of their feelings. You know what I'm saying? And when they need to yell, let their ass yell.
Or don't give them something to yell about.
I mean that's of course, but
Yeah.
But women, to me, black women, y'all get irritated more. Well, I can't say more than other races, I don't know, but y'all
Quickly is what you're saying.
get quick.
Short fuse.
And I learned, even with watching my friends and they girls and stuff like that, when y'all say leave me alone, we need to leave y'all the fuck alone. Instead of saying, what's on your car? What's wrong? Don't tell me ain't nothing wrong. I know something wrong
but
with
it
you.
See, I can't do that.
It depends on the woman.
I need to know because
But
I
here's the
care.
thing. It depends. But you.
I'm the same.
care. I wanna know,
You
like,
get upset. Do you allow that other person the space to care?
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
Right.
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
But you have to understand that feeling in somebody else too. If you feel so passionate about it.
No doubt.
Like don't try to keep the light on me, but shut it off on you. That's not fair.
No doubt.
Right.
But
Exactly. I'm the same way, but you know, it just sometimes that little space, it helps more than you
But
think.
that's to me why you have to have agreements in relationships. Anytime I'm dealing with somebody nowadays, we have a conversation like, you know, you get to know people. You talk like, what are your peeves? What turns you on? What turns you off? Da, da, da. For me, if I get upset, leave me alone. I agree because I am not as skilled at not saying what I think as I should be.
Yeah.
Or what I think I feel, or what I feel like might get under your skin. I'm not good at not doing that. And I'm not good at not just saying what I think is true. Right? That's my own
flaws.
Shoot, that's one.
of course for me.
One of my biggest
So but
problems.
because of that, like that could turn me into a verbal like assassin on somebody.
Me too.
If you make me mad enough and I'm like, oh, I'm finna cut into you. So as opposed
And that's
to doing
what
that,
I mean while ago as far as when we saying the bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
but no,
That
not
can be
that
provoked.
way.
No.
Not that way.
But I mean,
because I don't want that. I don't want you to say that to me. I'm not calling no. I don't think I've ever had a verbal argument where I called a man out his name to
Or
that
a woman,
degree.
me.
We have had disagreements, and he'll be like, "Did you have to say that?" Because I like words. I like how they can wrap a nigga up and choke the life out of him.
That's what I'm saying. That's
With words, and not even necessarily bad
It
words.
don't have to be cuss words.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I don't have to be cuss.
That's what I'm saying.
But it still hurts equally.
It does hurt equally.
So why is it right not to use a cuss word? Just to use, why is it right to cut them
It
in
is-
that way and not cut them?
It's not right.
But this is the point I'm making.
Okay, it's not.
That's why I'm saying leave me alone. Because I know I can do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because I know I can do that, back up off me. But we will have a discussion even before we get to a level of serious thing and say, hey, when I get mad, just let me be. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean I don't want to deal with you. It don't mean I don't like you. It don't mean I don't love you. It just means I need to process this before the wrong thing come out.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Like love was
told you like, let me be for a second.
And then what
out my face, bro.
That's gonna make you mad with me now. Now we both mad at each other.
Yeah, I've been saying because for me,
Fuck it, then. I don't care.
Right. Now we both mad.
I'm big on like,
And we still gotta get down to whatever this was.
yeah, like certain things you say to me, man, and I let you say what you say, and once you get done, I done said some shit, and and the thing about it is bad for me, cause some days, bro, like if it gets to that point, bro, my whole entire day, my whole entire week, I feel horrible. And then the person it makes me feel even horrible because the people I love, they'll call me the next day and be like, damn, bro, like you really said some hurtful things to me that I don't even know if we can come back from that.
See, I had a lot of practice with that because my mom was very like, she going, and I knew how that made me feel. My intention then was to not make other people feel like that.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's just about accountability. When you feel something from somebody and it don't feel good, then why would you in turn do that same thing as a grown up?
Yeah.
As a child, you might learn to do it because you just emulate behavior.
Yeah.
But when you become an adult, it's like, I don't really like how that made me feel. So then why am I gonna replay that with you?
I do that a lot sometimes, but I
Do what?
Because I play a lot. And people like, I might say some shit and they be like, but then I replay like, oh, that was kind of fucked up, but I didn't mean it that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean it that way. I was, you know, because I'm a playful ass nigga and I'm always trying to laugh and I might say some foul shit, but it's not like trying to hurt you, but I don't know how that person.
Personally, for me, like, I can use you for example. I know your intent, whenever we have a conversation, it's not negative. It's not bad. It's not a purpose, or no type of evil thing behind it. So I don't take it serious. I know it.
But what does that boil down to? Trust. That's it. You trust him.
Yeah, but I can say it can be some people, and sometimes I can somebody can say something to me, and I probably took it wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's me just trying to somewhat be accountable for myself and why I react to certain things. You know what I mean? But
why not ask what they meant instead of get upset? Is that not always a? My thing is questioning.
Yeah, I mean,
why would you say that?
Like sometimes I've had where I went down a rabbit hole with people, right? Like where it's certain people in my life I could be like, man, y'all always pull my trigger. You always hit that trigger. And I'm always like, okay, so I literally sat down and I was trying to talk to this person. I was literally saying, okay, you know what? It's your words. It's the words that you just used. And when I said and I say, oh, that word that you probably need to use another word, because when you say this word means this, X, Y, and Z. And it'd be like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that, bro. It'd be like, no, but that word, I'm stuck on that word. Why would you say that word to me?
I hear the tone and shit, like tone.
That's more.
Why we talking like, why you that aggressive?
Sharp.
Yeah, you can tell like, oh no, bro. Like, what's
Remember I told you that when I listened to the first one. Yeah, I feel like even when I was talking to you, like when you say certain things, I'll be like, well, why? Yeah. Why would you say that? Why would you know what I'm saying? I'm like, when I listen to it, I'm like, I gotta let him breathe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that you're saying something to attack me. I just don't understand what you're saying. Yeah. So then I started to say, okay, so can you say it in a different way? Or
like, I mean, like for instance, when you always bring up, you said like, I never get married. Like my intentions wasn't necessarily like.
But I took that. Like,
yeah, my like even when I said like
that was a shot.
It was a dude tripping. No,
dude tripping. Like this little dude.
That was a shot too.
I just say like,
can I smoke some? You might want to smoke cigarette?
Even when I say it's like certain things to people, it'd be like my intentions wasn't actually saying that. My intention was saying that personally, I don't think it's enough men qualified to date you.
Yeah, but this is just like your example was the word, the words and how you put them together. Like it What my ears heard was your ass gonna be single because you expect too much. Well, there is somebody.
Try not to take too much shit like this with friends too, cause I know your intentions, bro. I know you're not trying to like bring. You're trying to help me. You're not trying to bring.
I mean, cause like I can honestly say I can sit here and be like, you know what? D is beautiful.
Thank you.
D is extremely beautiful.
Stallion too.
Yeah, Stallion.
That showed her titties apparently, with no neck.
She was showing.
It's a boy.
I just say, you know,
sir.
D is beautiful.
Thank you.
D is intelligent. D has a lot going on. She's doing a lot. She's taking care of her niece and nephew. This is great. This is phenomenal, right? Man, I know with niggas it's playtime all the time.
That's real shit. And the sad part is, I have very little time for that, which equates to very little patience.
Exactly.
Which equates to when you tell me you're a gamer and I don't see nothing besides that's fucking me up.
I'm taking a step forward.
They better for nigga don't tell you again.
No, I take it a step further. The niggas that is in your bracket ain't gonna be able to match you either.
Yeah, but they could though. They could.
I think every girl got a list, but you can dumb it down depending on the person you.
I don't think you can dumb it down. First of all,
See?
I think that you can get some stuff off of it. Yes.
That's dirty, right?
Or you can get them to say, all right.
That one don't matter.
You having a 700 credit score, we can throw that out. But you know what I'm saying? We can throw that out. But you can't be in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of conversations are not had about where are we trying to go with this? Where are we trying to go with this? Because if we're trying to go marriage, house, we do need to talk about lots. We need to talk about credit score. We need to talk about your student loans. We need to talk about your spending habits. We need to talk about we need to talk about how you rocking with your kids. What kind of relationship you got with their mama? Like all of that stuff. Instead, we be talking about what's on Instagram.
Hold on.
Communication is the key.
All those things you just said. Niggas is on playtime all the time. That's
but
too
you
serious.
know it. But you know it. No, okay. And if it's too serious for him, then he's not the one for me. And
that's a lot of niggas.
That's okay. But even that's okay because I believe yes, because I told y'all before, I used to pray, God, when you send me, I want you to send me a husband because I have a lot of love to give. That's the part that makes me feel sad sometimes. I have a lot of quality love to give to someone. To one person. I have a lot of it to give.
Do you got a lot of love to take though?
This is what I'm saying. This is where my prayer changed. Legit. That was a good question. My prayer changed to, instead of saying, God, send my husband, it changed to, when you send him, make me ready. So that is a good question. Okay. I stopped asking for him because I believe that God got him for me somewhere. I just haven't been ready to receive him with all the other things I have and now I'm doing
Right.
I'm like, how can I love somebody today in this particular space with all the other things I have? He gonna feel like he in last place because you can't come before my kids. You probably can't come before my work. You can't come before me. Like, not at this stage in my life, like right now, because I'm working so hard to get what I need to get.
You think men are intimidated like when you go down there and listen to them all this shit?
Hell yeah.
They should be. Not that part you just said, because I think you're supposed to put your kids first.
I'm just saying, like,
your job is shaky.
My job gonna come first until you,
right? That's
or unless you have something that can benefit us equal to that or better. Like I gotta work to have the things that I need, right? So I mean, unless you got some shit where you like, if you want to work, good. Yeah, but no, I lost my train of thought. What were you
gonna
saying?
find this nigga in Idaho?
But I can tell you this.
I don't know. I believe that God already created him for me. I believe when I was created, he was created. Wherever he at, we'll cross our paths.
I can just tell you this, based on we talking about communication. Yes. I done learned so much about how I talk this year, based on what we talking about, from talking a one-on-one with Eric, coming meeting y'all and talk about stuff we talked about. I got to change on how I communicate. What I learned about myself was, it's for real. Since I've been doing this, people been telling me about myself for some reason. So I don't know what makes it's just, I guess, God telling me about myself. But like when I'm trying to solve things, I don't talk about me. Seem like I'm always pointing a finger. And that's not how I be trying to come across. But now that they said it, seem like I'm pointing a finger, like I don't do shit. I change, you know what I'm saying, how I come across. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I do this, but this is blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that
Try to put the blame on you as well. Like,
well, not the blame, just be accountable.
Just
be accountable.
Yeah.
Yes, and that have changed a lot on my communication with the people I deal with in my life. It got way better.
I always say,
You know
look
what I'm
yourself in the
saying?
mirror and say, yeah, I know what you done, but what did I do?
Yeah.
I know what you doing, I know why I'm mad, but what did I do to make you?
That's the reason
you know
why
what
my
I'm
prayer changed too.
Yeah.
Like,
I can run somebody off.
Yeah.
And I know I can run them off with my desire though.
Jeez.
Is for them to be Remember I told you that. Like I hold on to something so tight because I want it to be great, but I'm not letting them breathe. I squeeze told them in the car so tight to the head pop off. They're like, I don't even want to deal with this no more. You too much pressure. You literally are too much pressure. But in my heart and in my head, I'm like, I just want this to be great.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean,
I see that you can be good. That's why I say the person don't need to exactly be doing, you know what I'm saying, exactly what I'm doing. Like, I can meet people where they are, and I'm okay with that. I just need you to be going forward. Like, don't be so far behind that I got to turn around and go back, because I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. I feel say for me, I'm always hard on myself. So, like, and sometimes it can be bad because I'm just so internal with it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have to. What I have to learn is that shake it off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's my shit too.
Yeah. Sometimes like literally
My
sometimes I literally can do something or say something or just fuck up some shit, and I'll be like so internal where it be like I gotta get to a point where it be like, bro, you don't have to let that go, bro.
Yeah.
All you did was X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
That you can get past that. You
Yeah.
didn't shoot nobody, you didn't kill nobody.
Yeah.
You can't do no crazy. You just, you know what I mean. So sometimes I have to, just kind of shake it off. That's like the hardest thing for me to shake it off. And I've been that way since I was a kid. I always took it internal, and sometimes that can be so bad and so not good for you. You know what I mean?
My worst flaw is that if I'm arguing, me and a girl arguing, I smirk, I smile.
Ooh,
It's just like he said, we always on play. It's just, I don't know why that makes me laugh or smile. And it gets to, why the fuck are you smiling? Why the fuck you think this shit funny? Like, I don't think it's funny, but.
I think we try to ignore it. Like, you say some shit, just walk right past you and just say nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't hear me?
Yeah, because you know that the human experience dictates you wanting to be seen.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
And I'm not
I know
looking,
that.
but
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that.
What's my biggest flaw, I would say? My biggest flaw, I think it is. I think I'm too willing to give my opinion sometimes. I think that went back to like our first conversation. Like we talked about that, like about, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm too willing to give that, but I know the reason for it.
Gotcha.
But like you said before, it's maybe not time for that. I'm too willing to do that. And I feel like that is a direct result of being willing to be so quiet or be so controlled as a young adult, like coming from a setting where you couldn't really be that expressive or not without running the risk of getting your ass popped, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and that's just that on that, cause who finna pop me?
Who finna pop me?
Who finna pop me?
I wish you would.
Yeah, correct.
Hey,
I don't think that's always right, but I think that might be.
We've been on this subject for a long time.
We should have.
I mean, it's cool. It's been
We can change gears. We can change gears.
It's been over an hour and 30.
Yeah,
On
but
that topic?
I think that's good. But that was a lot of topics in one though. If you really just kind of
That's
pick
what I'm
it
saying.
apart,
I'm asking.
It was just
stay
about,
on it.
today's title should be named just relationships
Or
/
submissive.
communication.
Man, you bring all that. I don't even like
So we
talking
can
about
put what is submissive, I guess.
Nah,
Or is it a thing? Is submission even a thing? Yeah. All right, what y'all want to talk about now? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Something in the media I wanted to talk about.
Oh, no, no.
I forgot though. No.
Y'all get the Lil Nas, talk about Lil Nas X and Boosie.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hey,
It's hilarious.
Boosie got a point. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, Lil Nas X is on the record of saying, fuck them kids. you know, I asked him about that on Breakfast Club, you know, how you feel about, you know, kids looking up to you. He said, fuck them kids.
Literally. You trolling, bro. You trolling.
No, I mean,
that's the epitome of his career.
I mean, you can say you trolling, but if he gonna throw stuff at Boosie for talking about drugs, murder, sex, all that stuff, but of course, you see a good dad, he take care of his kids, and you got this dude over here saying, oh, I'm not their parent, fuck them kids, and even though when you entertain like that, you basically a role model.
I think that comes to when people do shit like you don't have kids.
Yeah.
So you don't know the love that you have for a kid. You can easily.
I do. I just think you gotta care.
Because when I ain't had no kid, I ain't gonna damn no kid.
Exactly. But when you have a kid and you got your own and you love, like you like, I can't just say fuck kid. Like.
Well, I think after, like, to not even go that deep into it, I think first off, Lil Nas X trolled him and said, yeah, that new song Boosie. Off the real.
Yeah, that was trolling.
I would say
trolling.
That was him. Because he know Boosie is going.
And Boosie came back strong.
Because what happens is the people that follow Boosie gonna also follow him now because they want to know what he's talking about. That just builds up his momentum. Not just the people that follow him. Not Boosie people come like, well, who is this he arguing with? What is he about? Now he getting more views.
Yeah.
More,
but I think it's just a swing both ways. I feel like when Lil Boosie when Lil Boosie said that, I felt like he was just like, shit, bro, I'm gonna give you what you want.
Exactly. You want this? You really want me to talk out of line? Okay, nigga. Fuck you, this, that, you gay ass nigga. This, you should die on this. Like all that shit. Like, I'm gonna give you this shit, bro.
Because like, he really is a hood dude.
Exactly.
Like, he really is. He's not a.
His daddy, his daddy
came back and said some shit.
It's funny because he did Boosie and T.I. at the same time.
Yeah.
And T.I. didn't say nothing.
But I feel like at the end of the
day,
I feel like, nigga, if you want to come at me, get your motherfucking son. Facts.
But like, I
wonder, he the one that said something to me first.
But I wonder, did he have a conversation with his son about having like the pregnant, how did you feel seeing that? Version of your son as opposed to. I
thought the shit was funny.
But listen,
this nigga.
This
is my point. How can you say something to him about his reaction to that if you don't say nothing about what he did? Like, do you just say, okay, that's just his expression of artistry or whatever? Like, what did you say about that?
You talking about dad?
Yeah.
You think he got to though?
I'm just curious as to if he said anything about
it. I mean, I think he
obviously not to insert himself into that.
Yeah. I mean, I honor him for coming. I mean, taking him for his son.
Because I'm pretty sure being an older dude like his dad is, he don't know that probably his son is trolling and doing it. He just see Boosie talking crazy about his son.
Or somebody like, hey, this nigga mess with your son.
Yeah, and I gotta come to the defense of my son.
And if it's dad hood, like you claiming Bankhead, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say something.
But I feel like, shoot, at the end of the day, get on your son about trolling, bro, because
you probably don't know what trolling is.
I mean, but get on your son for saying
out of shit out loud.
I mean, pretty much the way I look at it, quit playing with me. Quit playing with a grown ass man, bro.
Yeah, because they gonna bring that smoke to you, really.
Yeah,
like,
and then
as a Republican,
now you want to
make your ass up, bro. Boosie got some body, allegedly. Boosie ain't fucking around, nigga. Don't play. Don't play, bro. Do not play, bro.
The opinions of this podcast are not directly reflected to the general public. It's just the opinion of the people that are in this room. Disclaimer. Message. For real. We just need a postman outfit.
Hold on, I know this already been long, but do you want to get into the racist thing or not? No.
That shit gonna go about 2 hours too. You can say that shit for the next episode. That shit gonna go along.
Is it stay on rumors?
Yeah. I mean, we can we rap or we still want to talk about some stuff? We still got a good momentum. No, rap it up or we still on.
Rap
I'm about shit.
I'm a street nigga. Nigga. Fuck your bitch.
Hey.
Do y'all feel comfortable referring to women as such while I'm
Hey, we rapping. That's what these niggas talk about.
We talk about it. We talk about it.
We comfortable with each other. You know, like we don't really mean it in that.
Yeah.
Now that's a good question, right?
Yeah.
But if we were females, would you care?
What?
If we would say bitch?
I don't care. I wanted to know if
like do we feel comfortable?
Do they feel?
No, I get what you're saying.
No,
saying, but is it a
matter.
difference with you when females say bitch versus niggas?
to me, like call me that.
Yeah.
My friends don't do that.
Well, you know, in the put with general.
I don't know. If a woman call me a bitch, I think you ready. You looking for something. You want some act like.
No, I'm talking about y'all.
No,
how y'all
not all
talk
of
friendly.
us.
I see girls like, bitch.
Oh,
We not. My friends are not that.
No, I'm not saying
That shit surprised me when I see that shit. That shit surprised me.
I say that to say I cannot speak to it. Like I can't speak to that dynamic because that's not what we do.
Okay.
Now I have a cousin. We do that, Tiffany. I don't know if you remember my cousin Tiffany, but we do that. But that's just. I would say that was like we literally grew up together and just jonesing with each other. Like that's a different type of thing.
Did you say Jones?
Jonesing, like talking about each other. Like
you in St. Louis, you say you be joning on somebody.
Yeah, we might do that. You know what I'm saying? But literally, most of my friend girls, we don't refer to each other in that way because to me, it's just about respect. Respect is like woven into all of my.
But when these girls don't into each other, is that disrespecting each other?
If I know
not if they gotta understand it. If they gotta understand it, it's cool.
Cause I be fucking with my them dancers and shit, them little young niggas.
Yeah.
And they say, "What up, bitch?" Like, that's how they talk to me. What's up, bitch? Like, what up, bitch? Like they say that to me, and I just think that as saying like, "What up, my nigga?" Like but they don't mean it. Cause nigga hit me one time was like, "Hey, good looking out on the post, bitch," and I was like. I take Jeffrey. I say, hey, them niggas just be saying that. He was like, yeah, that's alright. Cause I was gonna say something, but I was like, let me, cause he don't mic mean it like that, you know.
I asked a nigga that one time because I was working with him or whatever, and his partner called. He was like, "What up, bitch?" And he was just going on.
He's from Louisiana, said that a lot.
He was like, "Bitch, you know you ain't bitch." I was like, "Damn, bro, why you your own boy say bitch?"
You saying that shit,
bro,
man?
I mean, me and my homeboys joke hard too, though. I grew up with these niggas.
Yeah.
So we can do that.
Nobody no bitch.
No, I'm not saying bitch,
I think it's because of what I said earlier. I don't like the way it feels somebody said to me.
Yeah.
That's the real reason why I don't say it to other people.
Even playing, like,
I don't even want
don't even seem
in
right.
any relationship I ever been in, we never played like that.
I say a goof ass. I use another goof ass. What a nigga goofing like, but I ain't bitch ass like. That just seem like
hoe ass nigga.
Yeah, bro. Like,
but where I'm from Detroit. Those words mean you looking for a problem.
Exactly.
And you call somebody a hoe ass nigga.
Exactly.
Like that's like the ultimate like disrespect.
I guess I got that from my daddy. Like, I remember him just being on the court, like playing basketball. He was like, I don't like nobody calling me no bitch or pussy ass nigga. We fight. I just took that on. Like, bro, I don't like that shit. Must be serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fuck with that shit, bro. Don't call me that shit, my nigga. Don't call me no pussy ass nigga. I'm gonna show you. Be serious. I'm gonna show you a pussy ass nigga, bro.
Like, you say that because that shit be real. Like I see my dad little too. That nigga held the ball. Ain't nobody get no ball too. Just that girl. I'm like, damn,
Yeah, bro.
That's it.
I seen my dad. He be like, bro, don't call me no bitch ass nigga, no pussy ass nigga, bro. I don't play that shit. And I was like, that shit must be serious. Like, I don't want nobody calling me that shit, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I don't play that.
Cause I don't call nobody
with
that.
my homegirl, we don't.
Unless I'm looking for some fight. I'm looking for a fight. I'm gonna call you that, bro. But I'm not finna call you that, bro. Like, cause I don't know how you might. There you go. Look, he like said, I do that shit.
I mean, I only do it two, like, I don't do that to everybody. I wouldn't say that's arrogant, some shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? My homeboy, I grew like, my mom.
That's how y'all fuck around. That's how y'all talk and shit like.
But we don't do it like we doing a joke, man. If he do something, like, bro, you a whole ass nigga for that, like something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I might do that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Let me just say, as y'all being three black men, I appreciate y'all in this setting. I appreciate you for being like transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really take because that's necessary. You don't really like take nothing personal, but you don't dish anything personal either. Even though you be playing this shit, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the father that you are intentional about being. Intentional about being. Like what flattered me the other day was when Trey was getting ready to leave with his grandpa, and he came in and you kissed him on the cheek. I don't see guys kiss their kids.
Oh really?
Yes, really.
Oh, damn.
Like he kissed him on Trey hugged him around the neck and kissed him on the cheek, and my heart was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. That's amazing because I know we didn't grow up like that.
And shit, I be like, love you, bro.
Man, get off me, man.
But we didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up like that.
I know that it means something, though. Like
to me, I love that about you. Let me just say that. I'm figuring yours out. But what I like the most about you is your willingness to stir up a little controversy, right?
That's what that nigga.
But in the not be like disrespectful or not like over press yourself. Like you just say, hey, what you think about this? What you think about that? Or whatever the case may be. I guess that's being open-minded. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate you being open-minded. You play devil's advocate sometimes. Sometimes you on with us, and sometimes you on the opposite end with us. But having the courage to do that, it's dope.
I'm on something everything black and white.
I do.
And you like me because I'm a street nigga.
I like you because and this ain't about me liking you. What I appreciate about you is you have I have seen your hustle, like knowing how to maneuver all this shit, and you know what I'm saying, trying to be reasonable with it, accommodate what we got going on, still be a family man. I've heard you talk about your son too, and like how you love on him. And I even was inspired when he was like, you know, I hate to just discipline. I hate to, you know what I'm saying, have to spank him or whatever. Because some people don't care about doing that.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me too. So I just want y'all to know I be listening. Mm-hmm. I told y'all I be keeping notes and shit. Yeah. I ain't got no notes on y'all, but they all mental.
I looked us up and shit, search shit.
You, Barbara, we 20 years. Ain't nothing to look up for you. I know you.
Shit, look me up. I don't give a damn.
That's okay. That's all. If I didn't trust y'all, I wouldn't be even in this space. So I don't got to do that with y'all. Plus, I ain't interested in none of y'all.
I appreciate your honesty.
And I kiss my son too.
That's
putting us in order, holding us accountable. No, that shit real though, like, cause we didn't have that, like,
you know, t-shirt.
What? Like, you just don't like, you don't know, bro. Like, you don't done a lot, bro. It's been
what scene I think of?
Like, you don't done a lot to. Just with the LLC, all that shit, like you holding us accountable for shit.
You know what scene I think of? I think of that song, that scene in Baby Boy where Cuba Gooding brother, he was talking to the girl, he was like, I appreciate y'all. Everything y'all do.
Got my shoes, my t-shirts, on this PlayStation, let me live with.
That's my favorite movie. That is my favorite movie, hands down. I love that. Y'all don't want me here? Fuck it then, I'll leave.
Play that shit to the T. Play that shit to the T, oh man.
Thank you for my flowers.
Yeah, no, I
appreciate all y'all.
I feel like I give you the flowers throughout the podcast.
Thank you. But I be needing to make sure that y'all know that y'all appreciate too. And for me, it's also a demonstration that you can say nice things to people and not be a soft or weak or whatever. Like this, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like I have love for you, but I genuinely love you. Like I would be concerned. I am concerned about the interests of you and your family and all of that. I will probably grow to love y'all. I don't love you today, but I have a strong affinity. Correct. I have a strong affinity for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I found out I love you.
Yeah.
We say that shit. We say that shit a lot. Like, you know what I mean?
You gotta just be.
Deep, man. I mean, personally, at the end of the day, it's a certain level of trust, it's a certain level of vulnerability when we all come and we congregate and share.
Exactly.
You know,
because there's a lot of things that don't make it on here that we talk about.
It's a safe space.
Yeah, it's a safe space.
We ain't judging each other.
We build it so, and that like they say, conversation rules the nation.
That's a fact.
This is a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
It's an ongoing one with some friends that sit in their
Sam
garage.
did that shit like maybe 10 years ago. That shit wasn't cool, saying I love you. Like we'll be on the phone with that nigga. Alright, bro, I love you, but he'll hang up before you even say anything. He be like, I love you, bro. Then hang. He be like, nigga, did you say you love me? Call him back. Did you say like, yeah, bro, I said it. My bad.
Yeah,
my bad. What you doing?
No, you know what? I
thought with my homeboy there now and then. Like if I ain't talked to him in a while, like love you, bro. Yeah. But it was like my homeboy, like his mama.
Yeah, bro, good. He'll tell you instant, nigga. Love you, bro. Like he good.
Yeah, I think I said it more this year than then when my homeboy lost his mama, so I feel like I had to give him that love because I know he was.
I probably don't do that enough with my friends. Like I don't give it. With Shaquita, I talk to her every day, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a day. The only time I really say that is if I can like sense that she probably is like wound up or she got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Or like I text people randomly. It just depends on like how I'm feeling. Like I text my cousin some random like, hey, you know, I'm always gonna be locked in when it comes to you and the kid. Like anything you ever need, if I have it, I'm willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I go around telling my friends like, you enough. I don't know that you grew up hearing that you was enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. You enough just in the space that you in, at the place that you are. You are enough. You are enough to be loved. You're enough to be respected. You're enough to be desired. You're enough. Yeah. And I'm saying that to them, and I'm hearing me tell me that too.
Because I thought it was interesting. I don't know. I think maybe when he was doing shoot, y'all was saying that you never heard your dad say he loved you.
Never.
And
Never. Until I became a grown
My
up.
mom, not
Bro, okay.
My dad,
My mom and
my dad, like every once in a while.
Yeah, I would say because like with me and my dad,
once in a while too.
I would say that my dad actions may not be a loving action, but when we do talk, those like conversations that we do talk, it's always I love you.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I got that from both.
That's weird to me.
Family members.
If my mom and my dad said it to me today, it's weird to hear it.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that I'm accustomed to. But what I'm intentional about is my niece and nephew, although they're not mine, they never need to feel that. They never need to feel uncomfortable if I'm like, come give me a hug. I love you. They need to automatically, like one time me and my sister had like a little disagreement. She have kids and her son is verbal, obviously, and I don't, and this probably was my own thing. I live here and all my siblings live in Houston, so I'm just here by myself with my niece and nephew. So I get to interact with them mostly by the phone. Because I have other nieces and nephews too, right? So I talk to them by the phone. Well, I was talking to my nephew and I said, I love you. And his mom was sitting there and she said to him, if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to.
Wow.
It pissed me off. Pissed me off. And she could not, I ain't gonna say she couldn't understand. We did not understand each other when it came to that, because I'm not gonna put it all on her, but I'm not gonna take all of it either. We couldn't understand each other. And we had a discussion about it. For a while I didn't say anything. I talked to my other sister and I was like, am I crazy? Like, if you said that to Mia and Kamari, who are not my children, but if you said that to them and they didn't respond, I'm on their ass. That's your auntie. You heard what she said? But in her mind, she said, if he doesn't want to say or do something, then I don't expect him to say or do it. And I said, he is my nephew, number one. I am a person who deserves his love. I've never done anything to him. I raised you. So you know I'm a safe person. So why would you give him an option to not reciprocate that? Why would you make that a thing? It's not like I'm just like a regular Joe Blow, you know. Yeah, your kids don't need to be telling everybody that. Like, and we had a long conversation. She kind of stood her ground and I stood my ground. And I said, at the end of the day, that's one of the only ways I get to interact with him. I can't demonstrate love to him because I'm not there. So he has to be able to at least hear me say it. I can't show him.
I get both parts too.
Yeah.
I get both parts.
It just made me feel like, I'm like, am I not?
Kids, if they don't, like their grandparents, I was like, bro, you don't have to. Cause I don't like that fake shit just cause you said I gotta say it back. I wanna really mean it. I don't wanna just say cause you love me, I love you. Like, what if I don't love you?
What would give you?
I don't know.
What would make you not love?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like, what if this love is different from me? Like, I ain't sour. I just speak to her on the phone. That's not love to me. Just because you say you love me, like, because we talk.
But listen. For me, a lot of the things that kids emulate is training. He's 4. He don't know. The rationalization that you can put on that, he can't put that.
Okay, well, 4,
he's getting trained now.
Well, 4,
I'm saying I love you. I am your aunt. I do love you, and I expect you to love me.
And you say you only talk to him on the phone, right?
Except if I go to Houston, or except if they come here.
So the love he is naturally seeing right now is probably from his mama. So that's
Correct.
the love he knows. So the love you show him, he don't know that's love.
Well, he don't. I don't think a 4-year-old really. 1, 2, 3. I don't even think they know anything about. They just know
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's why she said you probably don't need to. You don't have to say nothing if you don't say it, because he don't know that part of you.
But no, I think she was in her mind protecting her kids. That's what she thought. Like, I want to make sure that he understands. If he doesn't feel comfortable saying something, he don't have to say it. It doesn't matter to who it is. But the offense that I took is I raised you. I never violated you. I never did anything to you that would show me as a person that doesn't deserve that from him.
Do you say
that was my thing?
Do you say you love her a lot?
My sister?
Like,
yes.
do we hear that?
Oh, when we on the video chat, we both say it. Love you, dude. Love you. Like, it ain't like all, you know what I'm saying? Love you, bro. Like, we joking. And she said, he does love you. And then the next time this is the part that inspired me. I called her and said, Nuna, we need to have a difficult discussion, right? You're not gonna like it. I don't like having it. But I need to get this off my chest. Otherwise, it's gonna make me feel a way towards you. And I don't want to do that. So let's talk this through. She's like, all right. So we talked about it. She held her ground. I held mine. It was no disrespect. It was no, you know what I'm saying? It was, okay, I understand that is how you feel. Whether or not I agree, that's different. But I understand. I hear you, what you're saying to me. So then the next time, and this is my baby sister, the next time we got on the phone, I said it again. And she said, did you hear your auntie? And he said, yes, I love you too. So for me, because I said, you jumped in before he had a chance to respond. That was my problem. Let him say what he want to say. Now, if I'm like badgering him or saying, you don't hear me, or making him feel pressure to respond, I get that you would intercede. I literally said, love you. Then I said, hey, love you, buddy. But I couldn't see what he was doing. And then that's when she said, whatever. So he could have been making a face, or he could have been doing something or whatever, but I just needed her to know how I felt about that. And that was a Deidre thing, because how hard I love. Like, I love the fuck out of my brothers and sisters. And so by extension, anything that come from y'all, I feel, Deidre feels obligated to love them.
Yeah, personally, I like hearing that to me, that's like, so not that deep. Should be so understood. You know what I mean?
What's
like,
not that deep? Which part?
Like, just your auntie saying I love you and the kid responding to that. I don't know. It's just, I feel where you're coming from. Like, I'm his auntie. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like,
why would you not want to?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the.
But I understood her too, though. Like, we had a tough childhood. She remembers her part. She remembers kind of the things that we went through. So it is in her fierce nature to protect her kids from anything and anybody. I guess including me, which was offensive to me because I protected you. That's what it boiled down to. Yes, it offended me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, that shit hurt. I told her, literally, this is what doesn't get said often enough. Like I said, we have to have a difficult discussion, and my feelings are hurt. Right? I'm not mad with you. I don't understand, so maybe we can talk our way through it so I can get a better understanding as to why you chose to intercede at that time. Because I
feelings be hurt, goddamn. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. And that would cause us to be arguing. You know what I'm saying? You got to care about my feelings.
Okay.
I hope, because I care about yours.
Exactly. I'm fucking with you. No, I'm fucking right.
Yeah.
What's I gonna say?
Sorry, we just
shit.
Y'all, this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We talk about real life situations. We talk about accountability. We talk about siblings. We talk about parents. Really, nothing really is off
limits.
Off limits. Just don't hold it against us. Well, shit. And if you do, fuck it. It is what it is.
Oh shit. I don't know. I was gonna say y'all wanna wrap this shit up.
Everybody good mentally?
Yeah, we're good.
Good check in. I am okay mentally. I have a lot of things going on, and I'm trying my best. 1 to 10. Mentally, I'm at a.
I'm athlete, huh?
Me too. Mentally, I'm at a. I'll say I'm at a 6.5 mentally because I feel exhausted a little bit.
I say I'm about at a 7, 8.
Good.
Cause I've been, I don't know.
Curse. Solid 5.5.
Mentally.
Yeah.
You need some intervention there, cause you made it halfway. We can talk more about that later.
Yeah. Me, probably, it's been a long way. 5. My son broke his wrist, so.
Oh, that is a lot.
Yeah.
He good though?
It's getting better.
Getting better. He got cash on
He
the
just
way.
came back from his granny house. He told his mom he missed me, so it made me feel some type of way.
No doubt. Shit, that's good.
Your kid doing good?
Yeah.
You get in trouble at school.
That's to be expected.
I mean, it ain't nothing.
Why you say it's to be expected?
Because kids gotta learn. They gotta go through things to get to where you want them to be.
My
son should have been in trouble at school, which is crazy.
He kind of always had like mature
My
problems.
kids haven't either, but I mean, Kamar did. He had a little bump in the road.
My daughter do. My son don't.
So that's what I'm saying. Kids, period. It ain't all of them, but generally you expect them to have some missteps because they are little sponges trying to figure out what, you know what I'm saying, how they fit in the world.
My goddamn son won't stop fighting. Pissing me off. This nigga, he just got in the fight that's pissing me off.
It's crazy. My son, when it comes to my son, he comes off like he don't comprehend shit, but he does. But he does it in his own way, and it's like, it be tricky to me sometimes. I ain't gonna stunt, but like when I say I'm getting trouble in school, he know to go to school, pay attention, do his work, because he know when he come home, he can play the game, do what the fuck he want to do. But he gets that, because he don't like whoopings or getting in trouble, taking all that stuff. My daughter, on the other hand, that's a whole motherfucker.
Push that button, huh?
She on, boy.
I take that ass whooping.
Yeah.
No, I take the yelling. Fuck it.
She like attention. She like to be funny, send her to class. My son don't like that.
My
you know what I'm saying?
Same way. My son like that.
My youngest daughter, Skylar,
She a Scorpio. She just like, so some of the shit we be in the store. We was at the store. I was looking for like her birthday. I just take a picture.
Yeah.
She like, ooh, daddy, let's get that black dog with the long hair. Look like you. She said that shit loud. Like, you crying. I'm laughing like, no, like, keep it going. Keep that shit going. Cause I'm funny, I'm goofy. I know she don't mean. She just trying to make me laugh. You know what I'm saying?
My kids on too. I'm with you.
Bro, that shit be hilarious, bro. She be cracking me the fuck up, bro. Like,
I'm like, my kids let me.
She's like, what you mean? I'm like, you a Scorpio. She's like, I was like, that's our sign. Like, that's why we act like we goofy.
Yeah.
Talk out loud in front of people.
Man,
Like,
so-
she's like,
My kids let me know a lot about me though. I'm annoying as fuck sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I think that these kids teach me a lot about me too, because my nephew is almost a miniature version of me. His mannerism, his attitude, the way he handled his little sister, so much so that I be like, man, I gotta watch that.
yeah.
Because he'll be like, she'll say something that he considers crazy.
I want to ask you something about. Do you think them growing up like being under you so much, like, and not having that male figure, you think it'll affect them some way?
I do. I already see it in football with my nephew.
Okay.
Because he's not as
I was
tough.
wondering.
He's not as tough, right? He's not as tough.
That don't, because Trey wasn't, my son wasn't that tough either.
My son
when he started
ain't
playing football. He was
Okay.
shy away from
But
it.
that's what I associated it to. So maybe that was just my miss thing.
you just
But
think
I'm
it,
not like I'm not like overly like loving and affectionate and soft. I'm more like so I don't know. I would like to have some more male influence.
So you had a
For
male.
them.
Do you think if you had a male influence in your life, in your household, or with you, do you think you will be more loving and stuff like that?
I mean, she is, but like not more like.
Like demonstrative, I still don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe because if I was brought up like on hugs and love and kisses and all that stuff, to me it would be only natural to give that way. Sometimes even with them, like it feels strange. If I'm being perfectly honest, it feels strange sometimes, like for one of them to want to come and sit on my lap or like wrap up on me. Like I have to check myself. Like you cannot respond that way. It's a kid who wants love, who wants attention, who wants affection. That's all. And like I gotta like check myself, because that goes back to me I don't really like to be touched on, like, you know what I'm saying? So even with them, I'll be like, all right.
I always think with single women, it's always with single women raising kids, I always think it's a fine line you have to walk.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to give them all that fucking time.
Yeah, your goal is to create productive citizens. You know what I mean? So you're trying, like even with your son, you're trying to show him how to be a man, or give him some way.
I do things like when we leave out, like when we walk outside of any door, I teach him the responsibility of holding the door, right? So if we go somewhere, me and his sister step to the side when there's a door. Like he already know he have to open the door, and he has asked me early on. I taught him that when he was probably like 6 or 7. He's like, Auntie, why I gotta hold the door for y'all?
Do you ever open the door for him?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
But most of the time it's him. Oh, wait, you can rap. We just check your chit.
I ain't know how long y'all wanted to.
Oh, all right.
It's your boy VA, the nigga with the white wife.
It's your boy Black Curse, the niggerized American.
I was supposed to go first.
No, you come after me, nigga.
The level
always
of
says crazy shit,
disrespect.
Always crazy. Once again, we're gonna do it again. Ladies first.
He might not be on the next one. He might be 6 feet. Sorry, Danielle. I'm taking this thing out. I mean, at this point, the disrespect is too much. All right, we'll catch y'all next time.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm saying, you always say some crazy shit.
At the end, that's his tag. That's his sign off.
Yeah, I was saying.
No, but about holding all this crazy shit. About holding the doors, though, I did tell him, I need you to do that. I would like for you to do that because when you get married, I don't say if. I say when you get married and you have, a wife and kids, like, she's gonna expect you to make sure she's safe and hold the doors and do all the things. So even when his sister get out of school in the morning, he get out the door first. She get out behind him, and he stand behind the door until she get out. Like, I be having to check her because she'll get mad if he don't open the door for her. She'll be like, Bubba. I'm like, Mimi, first, no, listen, now you can't open the door for yourself.
Goddamn, you no trick.
I tell her, you can't open the door for yourself. If he busy or if his hands full, don't put all that pressure on him. If he do it, like, I don't want her to have unrealistic expectations.
I still do that to this day. I was taught that at a very young age, and I still. It is so annoying when, cause you open the door for a woman and she not say thank you. Yeah. I be like, God damn, man.
And I tell Mimi to say thank you. Mimi say, well, he don't say you're welcome. I say it doesn't matter. He did something for you. It doesn't matter. It's just be spicy.
I do that shit all the time. But Erica do that shit for me, and they'll do it like this.
I hold the door for old people too. I love old people and I love kids. I love old people.
That be disrespectful. They just think they deserve respect because they old. No, nigga, you gotta show respect too for me to give you respect.
Behind the wheel. Other than that, I just don't like the niggas behind the wheel.
I love old people.
Hell no. They give crazy stuff.
I like talking to old people.
They are sometimes.
Yeah. They get used to shit. They be like,
that was something when I was in college, like when I was in Southern Illinois, I was going go visit
Illinois.
Illinois, right?
Illinois.
Thanks for correcting me. But when I would go to St. Louis, I used to enjoy going to see all my my grandma, my
You like aggravating people.
my grandma, my grandfather, and like talking to them. It'd be like super fun just talking to them. I used to play cards with my grandma.
It'd be fun, but it's informative for me. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot about people. Yeah. And I think for my parents, as far as they're concerned, I don't think I spend enough time actually like knowing their story. Mm-hmm. But I have spent a lot of time judging their action.
I would say because when I did the podcast with my dad, that's why I enjoyed it, because he was telling me like where he I grew up on the south side of St. Louis, and I always thought that he grew up on the south side of St. Louis. He was like, nah, bro, we stay on the west side. Then we moved, and I was like, damn.
Was it when you did that?
Recording, it's
still recording on that.
Okay,
So when you did that, was he nervous at like the first beginning to like, cause it was on camera and y'all talking and shit, or did he get comfortable with it?
We both got drunk, so.
Nah, so we good Gucci.
I made sure, you know what I'm saying, got him lit, got him some weed or whatever.
I haven't spoken to my dad. My stepbrother called me, talking about some CPS shit, asking me some questions.
My sister called me about that shit today too.
He called me asking some CPS questions about blah blah blah.
My younger sister.
And I'm like telling him the information that some type of way our parents, his mother and my father have been together for over 20 years. I personally believe they've likely been drug addicts for the majority of that time, right? Excuse me, bless you. Therefore, my father tricked me. He told me I don't do crack no more. Excuse me, bless you. He don't do crack no more. Like, we have discussions where I'm probably not as respectful as I need to be. So I'm like, Jeffrey, you still on that shit? Like, that's his name. Jeffrey, you still on that shit? He like, no, I'm not. I smoke a little weed, but that's all I do. I'm like, you sure? He like, yeah, whatever. I got a job, and he was so excited to have gotten the job. He called, and I don't know if it was because he wanted me to validate,
probably so,
maybe to feel proud of him. Right. So when he called, I did validate him. He get into it with his wife. He called me because he wants me. And I'm not going. I be like, you wrong. You can't do this. Tell me what happened. He be like, oh, she says, okay, but what did you say? How did y'all get to that place? Because I feel like you might have left out a few things.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Just holding him accountable. So we were developing that type of thing where we could be friends, because the parent, daughter, father, daughter thing, that was, I already absolved him that, like, we can't do that. Let's try to be friends. Ooh. Well, once we started that part, my stepbrother called and we were talking about something, and he was like, Jeffrey quit his job because they were going to drug test him. And I was like, yeah, he said he was smoking weed. He was like, nah. Now, my stepbrother used to sell dope, do whatever. But he came full circle. We went to jail, got out, he was doing some, he was helping like rehabilitate people in that situation. So he tried to help Jeffrey get into a rehab.
Is this Detroit?
Yes. I never knew any of this until he called and was talking to me about it. And I said, you were going to put him in a rehab? He was like, yeah, he just didn't show up. He came to me asking me for help, and then he didn't show up. From that day, I have not heard from Jeffrey. I would dare to wager that my stepbrother probably mentioned the conversation to Jeffrey, and he know if he called me,
you gonna call him out.
I'm gonna cut into his ass.
Shouldn't cut him.
I'm gonna cut him to his ass.
Just be, I know, bro. You just lie.
No.
Yeah, just have like you should.
No,
What I'm saying.
I don't have that. I don't have that type of empathy.
You don't want to have
him.
that. You can.
For him,
You can.
I choose.
There you go.
not
There
to.
you go. There you go.
I
You
choose
can.
not to.
But you can. But don't say you not.
I ain't going to. I've had it too many
can.
times. No,
I think it's harder for like the daughters of men when the man in their life wasn't in their life. Man, that's hard, bro. Like
What's hard?
it's hard to solve that problem. Like if you're a dad that wasn't in the daughter life, it's hard, bro.
Like, boys don't really give a damn.
Yeah,
Like it
bro.
up.
Cause like me and my brother, we be chilling. We be like, alright, bro. We know who he is. It's like whatever.
But would you? I agree. I guarantee though that if your mama was like my daddy, you would feel terrible because that's the first person, the first woman you ever loved. He's supposed to be the first man I ever loved, but I'm
Right.
robbed of that.
Yeah.
So now I spend my life trying to find the man that I'm supposed to love, and then figure out how to love him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think too, like I think,
issues.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. It's a lot of that. But
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, but I think that's how. But I think too with like men, we kind of.
That's some titties there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we ain't talking about Keelan. Listen, the other day we were talking about complexion. We were at the payphone.
Get your ass on.
Listen, we said we were gonna ask a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
But Erica already agreed with
Man,
me.
cause she a female.
Okay.
She wouldn't like when she said that shit. You wouldn't do that shit.
Right.
You wouldn't be somewhere and be like, hey, look at this. You wouldn't do
But
that.
that wasn't the point
I don't
though.
know what happened.
She showed us an areola.
You are
Who did?
You
fucking.
like, man, where was I at? I wasn't see the areola.
I'm lying, guys. I'm lying.
We were talking about complexion, and they're like, "Oh, you're not light skinned." I'm like, and I said, "This
Oh my
is
God. Don't do this on
my.
camera.
Am I showing you a titty?
No.
What am I showing you?
No.
Skin.
The outside part.
What makes it a titty?
Nipple.
All right then. Say less. Thank you.
Fuck you.
No, they were trying like, you show a titty. I'm like, that's not. That is
half a titty.
And Erica's thing was, if I wore a shirt that was cut low, you could still see the same thing.
But you could use a goddamn arm or something.
My arms got the titty.
No, fuck out of here.
That's not even the same
That's
color.
the same.
You know what you could have did
No, it's
though?
not.
You could have showed us your foot.
No, I could not have.
Yeah.
No, I could not have. It's a clear tan on my foot.
When someone else,
No, I could
Bro,
not have.
arm right there. That arm looked the same goddamn color.
You see him bleed?
It's not.
Man, fuck out of here.
It's not. It wasn't showing you I was light skinned. It was showing the tan, the members of the tan.
Yeah. I mean, you still look light skinned without showing you.
They said I'm not. They said I'm caramel.
Hell,
I
man.
mean, you are.
Yes, because I've been outside. This color is light though. That's what my point was. I ain't gonna pull it out again because I don't want Barbie to try to fight me.
I don't fight you.
And like, D, put that shit on. Like, it ain't no shit. It ain't nothing that I took out.
Just won't look. Even though you just did it on
Look,
camera.
you ain't got no big ass areola.
No, she said it.
I do.
Man, she said, big ass here, like, too much information, bro. You know too much, bro. Fuck out of here, man. Man, fuck out of here.
Look, I said this. She said, I do.
Honest about that. But that speaks to my point that I want to show you because you ain't even see that. Even though it's big, you literally just saw my flesh.
It
Yeah.
made sense what Erica said, yeah, if she, cause
So it didn't make sense what I was saying.
because you didn't say, but when she said if she was just wearing a shirt like that, and that shit would be up, and we would be able to see that. So it made sense, but still,
Or a
like,
swimming suit or any
yeah,
other
but
thing.
still, to me, that's a titty.
I mean, but when you go like this,
To me, that's a titty. I'm sorry.
well, you did. I didn't know what the fuck we doing. I ain't gonna lie.
But that don't matter as much as what did you see?
Just imagine you like sitting there. I'm not light skinned. You like, hold up.
Look, the bad thing, bro, she didn't just do this. She popped the bitch up and then put, yes, bro, you popped it.
This is what I did. No, I didn't prop it up. I had to pull my bra to the side. I didn't prop it up. So you can see not to subscribe. Yeah, but y'all, I'm sorry if I was offensive. I wasn't trying to be.
I seen many titties in my
That's why she did that shit on camera. Like,
But you didn't even see a titty today, though. That's the
didn't see a
point.
titty.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
half a titty.
No, not none of a titty. You seen some flesh.
So what's half a titty?
Have my nipple.
Fuck out of here.
If my shirt cut that way, if my bra cut that way, like you never know if it's too small, half my nipple might
Let's
stick
say you
out.
finna get down with a girl, and you know what I'm saying, and she say, I'm just gonna show my titties, right? You ain't see the nipple like you should do what she
He
did.
gonna be mad.
What you gonna?
I ain't see no titty. That was just skin.
Yeah.
That would be
Not gonna enjoy it.
good. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Can't argue that.
I ain't see nothing.
Can't argue that, bro. You right.
Thank
I guess
Thank
cause
you.
I know D
I'm a
like
creep.
That's what it was
That's
for
what
you.
that's what it
That's
exactly
what it was for you.
First off,
I'm a creep.
I ain't gonna lie, though. I didn't know what was what kind of bees.
First off, I'm a creep, so just
is
a
not
little
my
bit of that is like, oh man, you
This
know. So
This dude done got excited.
yeah, I'm
Why?
saying.
Why?
I'm saying shit.
You got excited?
I was excited about
But like if you
it.
took a picture of that and zoomed, right? Just zoomed and nothing else was on it, you wouldn't be able to say that is a titty. You would not be able to say that. Absent a nipple.
You zoomed it out, yeah.
If you just zoomed on that patch of skin, or it look like a fat chick, it look like the fat chick, the inside of her thighs. So like you wouldn't know what that was.
Probably right. Then you zoom it out. Oh, that's a titty. I you zoom it out. That's a titty, bro. I just want to say.
First of all, you making it deeper than what it is.
I thought you were trying to give us some more views or something.
Never. Not at the expense of myself.
Exactly.
No.
OnlyFans.
No. Or what's that?
Only
I wish I might. No.
Only part.
No. I know they like the BBWs and all that, but I ain't on that.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all, that's a topic for a whole nother session.
Oh,
Because
man.
BBWs be getting a lot of what you call that? Sneaking like love. But like, come on, love us in the open. Love us in the
Shout out to
open.
all the 5'5" niggas out here.
Straight up, bro.
We love BBWs.
I feel like that was real disrespectful intentionally.
Why?
Because I was making a point about BBW. I wasn't talking about 5'5". And if you 5'5", we could be the best of friends.
We all are.
Period.
Get drunk. Damn, you look 6'6", nigga.
You know,
You wake up, nigga, by your knees. What the fuck I do?
Never. Never.
and they gonna be, oh yeah, man, oh yeah.
Look.
That's how that nigga was me. That's how that nigga was me.
I took her down, man. I chopped that tree down, man. I chopped that tree down. No.
All that motherfucking
This
shit.
nigga curse.
Can we let up the garage? It's hot in here.
Is that a rap for real?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Shout out to all my Detroit niggas.
What up, though? What up, though?
I was about saying that. Shout out to my niggas in Detroit. Shout out to my niggas in Dallas.
That's what I'm saying. Random place.
Yeah.
In Idaho.
Yeah. My
Because everybody watching.
Alaska? All that. No, y'all niggas cold right now.
my niggas in China.
Washington State.
This shit.
We gotta, yeah, I just sneezed, so I'm sorry. My bad, kid.
Thanks for the flowers.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome, that's important.
You said I was like, she didn't give nobody no flat. I thought that.
Tomorrow, we want to do like 21.
Sorry, y'all.
We're about to
But one. It'll be real simple, real sweet pictures.
Now, I gotta take some Zyrtec or something, because this shit ain't hitting on nothing.
That's a normal black thing right there.
Shaking that ear.
I'm not shaking it.
That, because your throat and that whole situation, of course, connect. It just be itching,
Exactly what you talking about.
and there's no real way to scratch your throat. My mom used to say, just eat a piece of bread. That's why I'm fucking BBW. Eating a piece of
You
bread.
gonna blame it on mama?
No, I'm blaming on the bread.
Mama ain't got nothing to do with this. Your throat just itch. Get a toothbrush.
That don't work either. It feels weird, because the itching is like, I feel like it's on the inside.
I hate that though. I hate when my throat itch.
Especially when you're trying to go to sleep, bro. And then once you start doing that to stop
How
it,
you notice though, like them days when your nose stopped up at night? Where like through the day don't get
It don't
stopped
happen.
up.
Yeah,
But
when you
only
lay down.
time I go to sleep, your nose wants to act the fuck up. Bro, I hate
that's
that
because
shit.
when you lay down, the stuff, your sinus drain down the back of your throat. That's why. It's drain. It all pool at the back of your nasal cavity. Yeah. That's why when you if you laying down and you turn over, you notice.
Cold now.
You notice like it
It's
start.
good out there, man.
Yeah, it was hot in here. I started sweating.
I like this one.
Why said thank you? She like, yeah, the keto said that wasn't titty. She was like, thank you. It's not a titty. She heard everything. That's how I was about.
why was y'all arguing about this? I'm like, bro, shut down, bro. Goof ass girl.
Yeah, we weren't arguing. We were just recapping.